Happy Wednesday, people. It is the 26th of July. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your hosts, Martin Royalty.
Good morning, Big Man Youth in the building.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How's everyone doing today?
All good, man.
Yeah,
All
right,
good.
man.
I like when we're all in black. It's like a little thing, like a uniform. It's cute. All right, question of the day. If you could communicate with animals, Barney said get to know us a little bit. But if you could communicate with animals, what is the first question you'd ask them?
What they think of humans? Like, what's their impressions and what's their thoughts on
That's a good question.
us?
Are we animals to them?
Exactly.
My question would be, what's the best way to get you to stay away from a human? That's what I'm trying to get you away, especially them damn pigeons. Yeah, because birds scare the shit out of me, man.
I'd ask foxes what they used to do during the day.
That's true.
Remember before, they were only out at night time. Now they're kind of roaming.
Now
whatever,
they're
but
just...
back, you can only see them at night.
That's true, actually. One of my neighbours, you will know where she's from when I tell you what she did. They basically, were like treating a fox like it was a pet.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, but you don't understand, Yusuf. They had a plate from inside the
Oh, is
house
it?
and they like put food on it and all sorts. And this fox had a family. Because at one point it's like, it's interesting now that's going on. And it had a family. I can't remember who was going. I can't remember. Like, and it's like, I think it had kids. It was like a whole family unit. And the parents would just go for walkabouts and then come back. And I was like, what the hell were you doing? And one of my other neighbours as well, this was cute. Well, it's cute because of the kind of animal it is. It was a squirrel, right? And the squirrel would always just be on his fence. So then he would, he made like a little table, like a very, very mini table on the fence, in the corner of the fence. And then would like put little nuts there for the squirrel. It was actually cute because the squirrel would just come there, have his lunch, and then bounce off. I live with weirdos. But yeah, feeding animals. But they do say you should not start treating foxes as pets.
Yeah, no, because they ain't.
They would never leave. They would never leave. But yeah, what would your question be?
I'll ask them if they have like a god.
Can you imagine that? That little...
Yeah, what's his name?
A little church they go to, little temple.
Something. Yeah, because obviously they don't congregate. Like obviously, see this is
I've
this
seen
is
a
the thing.
congregation.
What, different animals as well?
Pigeons.
Okay.
But they had a head pigeon.
Okay.
Because I remember messaging my friend like, this is the wildest thing I've ever seen. And like all the other pigeons, so say like this is the head pigeon, and then other pigeons were just in front of it, and they were just discussing important matters. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I think I've just seen a pigeon church.
See, that might be the case. We see how all humans have, I guess we all have different gods to some degree, right?
Yeah.
But we all kind of believe in the supreme being, right? And you can get different races coming together in one establishment to worship this supreme being. You don't get that with animals.
What do you mean you don't get that with animals? You don't know if you get that with animals.
No, we've never seen a lion and a hyena and like at some point in time just chilling, doing something.
What are you doing? So Lion King is not realistic. In my mind, in the wild, that's what it could be like. That there will be celebrations that they all come together for. Madagascar.
No, but animals.
There must be things.
Animals tend to stay with their type, their animal type, or whatever it's called. Animal species.
I wonder if there are any animals that actually mix and mingle. Because if we're not a threat to each other, like I'm not the type you eat, you're not the type I eat, we have the same predator, let's link up. I wonder if there are animals like that.
Not that I can think of.
That's so
You
crazy.
think about animals, they stay with
with
their
the
type.
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lit, man.
See, they're not like humans where I guess we mind people's business. They just know what they're here for and they stick to it.
I like that though. They don't invite people to the cookout.
This is it.
That's good. I like that. Love that for them.
Yeah, minimal problems and stuff, innit? So.
That is crazy. Brent, what would your question be?
Do you know that you're naked?
Okay.
As in, are you aware? Is there a consciousness of your nudity? And do you know that you taste num num num?
You're not bringing that back. Like, I never want to hear nom 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 again. My kid can't say nom nom. I'll punch him in the throat. I don't want to hear that.
What? It doesn't work when it is that they're cute and they're
Nah,
looking at you.
you ruined it.
You-
I don't want to hear any little kid talk about nom nom. I'm like, listen, your Uncle Brent did that.
Mm,
That's
terrible.
that's why you can't say it.
You need to get in your cute bag. Man.
Nom nom nom. Impossible, man. Kids are so cute, man.
Yeah, I don't know if it is that talking to animals are gonna now make me want to humanize them so that they'll feel weird eating them. But it'll be wild if it is. I'm there chatting and then I just cook
You
them up
got chicken.
afterwards. Do you know you're gonna die?
Imagine.
That's what people do though. When you know, like in African countries, there's a goat around and you're a visitor and it's like, oh, you think, oh, that's a cute goat. It's like, oh, stop it. That goat's gonna be your plate tonight. But I can't see the animal I'm eating though. Like I didn't like Salah and Eid in Nigeria. Obviously they have the cows there.
Yeah.
Oh, then on the Eid morning, I know what's going on downstairs. I'm aware. I can smell the smoke. Ugh.
Has to be done, though.
But that was
it
that's
tasted good.
actually crazy. No, that was so wild. I remember they would actually be there, just there, and then now we got buckets of meat. Ew.
that you thoroughly enjoyed.
Of course,
There you go.
but I just can't think of it. That's why I don't like restaurants that have pictures, like animal pictures on it.
Okay.
So it's like this, the steak part. Now you've got a picture of a cow. What are we doing here? I don't like stuff like that. It freaks me out. I don't want to think of the animal I'm eating. I just want to eat it.
I don't feel any type of empathy.
Oh, it's not empathy. It's disgust. I remember there was a time I couldn't eat chicken for like a month.
What was it?
Every time I saw chicken, I saw a hen, and it
wow.
just really made me sick. And I just could not eat chicken. See my jollof rice plain. I just could not do it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I probably would also ask them if it is that they believe in patriarchy.
But animals,
Yeah.
of course they do.
They'll say, look around, man.
Then again, though, the other day I saw a lioness. Actually, no. Someone said that was nature. Because apparently when they have sex, his penis has got thorns in it, something like that. And so it hurts her.
Who?
What
The
animal is that?
lions and how they have sex.
Hold up.
They have
I'm not
thorns.
Sure, I'm not
You
sure
sure
if it's a
about that?
lion.
It's
Hold up,
something.
but it is
I've heard it.
something,
Yeah.
I think it was definitely a lion. I saw the video on Twitter. And I think she wanted sex with him. Then he gave her the sex. Then she lashed out at him. But people were like in the comments saying that it's because his penis, something hurts her, wherever.
Wombats, koalas, hyenas.
I know what a lion looks like. I saw it.
What's that? You
Primates.
not?
That
You
lion
have
porn.
horns.
Chimpanzees.
What's his list?
I don't know. What's this?
Chimpanzees?
It's
the
not
list-
a chimp. You don't think I know what a chimp looks like? It was a lion.
Ah.
Type in how do lions have sex. Come with
How
lion
do
porn.
lions have sex?
No.
I saw one the other day,
Our
though.
male, a lion's penis is prickly.
A lion's penises.
It is a prick. So
Lions do have somewhat intense mating behaviors. All cats, include lions, have barbed penises
yeah, see,
that
wired.
rake the walls of the female's vagina.
Oh yes. So
as
she
the
lashed out at
animal
him.
withdraws at the end of copulation, which is thought to be a way of inducing ovulation.
Ugh. That's ridiculous.
Must be a wild ride before.
No, but you know what? It's so quick. If you blink, you would have missed it.
Oh,
It
serious?
was such a quick process.
You know,
And she just got angry, and I was like, "Oh, girl, yikes!"
I think I might have a video of that, yeah. Because you know that the other day when I was away, I
I
was
was
in...
seen a video of it.
No, I was there. Alright.
What?
It's because I never
You know, the
mentioned
first
where,
thing you
where
said
I
was
went.
you have a video of it. I said, no, you saw a video that you said I was there. Making this worse.
Sorry, let me clear it up.
Yes, please.
So basically, I went to Holland, innit,
Yeah.
last week, right? And they got a safari there.
Okay, yeah.
So like it's actually a good safari, you know. Like
Mm-hmm.
like it's not like one of them places you actually look around and you think it's a zoo. It looks like it's a proper safari. Like they got a boat safari part
Oh,
to
wow,
it. They
that's
got
sick.
the driving part to it.
Okay.
They got the walking part to it. So the last part, when I've circled back around now, I've seen the lion now chilling on one of those. Like in his part, there's like an old like Land Rover in
Yeah.
the middle of his thingy. and he's there chilling on the top of on the roof of the car,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a lioness next to him. There's a lioness on the ground.
Viewing King and Queen.
There's a lioness over the Queens.
Queens. Oh, okay.
Yes. I had to make that clear.
Not polygyny in the Lion Kingdom.
This is why I said they would,
Yeah, well,
anyway.
yeah.
So there was like him and like 3 or 4 like women, right?
Yeah. To be fair, you do believe animals, like, human beings are animals.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, just like what you were saying, this guy will just get up.
Brent, is everything okay?
Yeah,
I think,
What are you doing?
I think Brent wanted to sing until he got some type of attention.
The thing is, he's wearing headphones.
We can hear you.
He should have stopped me time ago.
No, it was working.
Wait, you singing?
You're singing the Lion King theme tune or whatever.
So annoying.
I don't know, but that seemed to work. with
Okay,
what I was
carry on,
saying.
please. Take us there.
So basically, kind of like what you're saying. The lion just got up,
Yeah.
Just went behind one of the lionesses.
Yeah.
2 seconds, job done.
Done.
Then he went on the other one. Like
What?
like he needed a bit of rest. So, you know what I mean? I was taking a few
Recovery
pictures.
time.
He got up later, gave the other one
That's
few
smart
pumps.
though. They must have brains because how does he remember who's next?
That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's not as difficult as people think.
Did you say
What?
a lion must have brains?
Yeah.
They all have brains.
I don't believe all animals have brains. Some of them dumb AF. Have you seen some dumb things some animals do? Nah, some of them do not have brains. To be fair, maybe they're just dumb. Their brains are not developed. Not human beings.
Maybe.
Some.
What animal has the biggest brain?
Probably no.
The same, it's monkeys, isn't it? Because apparently some of you are closer to monkeys than some of you are evolved monkeys.
Yes. You know, Africans are the only ones, by the way.
That didn't evolve.
You don't have Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah, what?
You don't have Neanderthal DNA. You know, Neanderthals are like the primitive, like they're before cavemen. They're
Oh,
like,
is it?
yeah, those type of
Okay. I don't think-
pre-humans, right?
So where are we from? Where
Sperm whale.
from God. Huh?
Sperm whale.
What they,
oh, they have the biggest brains.
Yes.
Okay.
What's sperm whale? Have they got something to do with sperm? As we know sperm.
I don't think
That's a
they
silly
have-
question.
I don't
Yes.
think they have human sperm.
Why are they called sperm whale then? So they're all
I have
men.
no idea.
I'll find
I
out.
don't know. Maybe I had a shape. I have no idea.
Are they shaped like sperm?
Maybe they got a big head and a small body. I don't know.
Sperm whales get their name from a substance found in their heads called spermaceti, like spaghetti.
No, it's like sperm.
Spermaceti is a waxy, oily substance that was mistaken for sperm by early whalers who hunted these animals for their valuable oil and blubber.
Ew, blubber sounds so disgusting.
Interesting.
Okay. So are there female sperm whales?
I saw something that looked like sperm yesterday.
Go on.
In the studio?
I don't know why I said that.
Was it your studio?
Nope, it was on my phone.
Oh, that's disgusting.
On your
Was it
On
on
your
phone?
phone?
Yeah, someone said it to me. It
What
was a
was it?
picture of like flaxseed
Okay.
residue,
Yeah, you see, when you start this, you need to quickly follow up.
but it looked like
Because this
poopy
sounded
poopy.
odd.
But
So
there's
it's
a-
flax
there was
seeds or chia seeds.
flaxseed. There was a lot of It wasn't a witch that was sending me pictures, by the way. But it looked like a crack kitchen. How they were cooking it up.
Okay.
Because they had a stove, Pyrex.
And they were eating the
jugs.
sperm. And they were eating the seeds.
Huh?
Huh? They were eating the seeds.
Were they eating the flax seeds?
No, I think we were putting it in their hair.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Might as
Anyway,
well.
okay. Fair enough.
what was I saying?
The way they were cooking it up.
No, before that. Oh, what's my point? It was fantastic as well.
You just said I saw on my phone.
Never mind. I forgot it. It's gone.
The fact you said it was a fantastic point when you started.
Oh,
with, I
yes,
saw
that's
sperm
it.
on
That's
my
it.
phone.
There was bad talk about sex on the timeline and virginities and Christianity and all sorts,
It was
man.
ridiculous, man.
Oh, I think I saw a little
Everybody's
something
there
yesterday.
giving their take on this thing. It was interesting.
Did you give your take that people should just marry? Think about marriage.
What I thought was hilarious, I guess, was the suggestion that she hadn't had sex, but she had done anal.
Yeah, because it's the way she worded it. It's the way she
Oh,
said
you're
what she
talking about the woman who
said.
said she's a virgin still.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that.
Do you remember the girl who said, "Oh, you're wearing bad nails in your hands"? You know, what about the nails on the cross? Do you remember that meme?
I saw the video. Yeah.
It's her.
Oh, is it?
From years ago. She's been a running meme for
Wow.
years. Because she was doing this youth, you know, when there was that time when a lot of churches were recruiting youth and making them straight from the streets straight onto the altar. It was ridiculous, the amount of pastors there were overnight. And she was talking to people about, you know, I guess the vanity of the world, all is vanity. And she was like, oh yeah, you sit there, you worry about your nails, you worry about this, you worry about lashes, you worry about this, worry about your nails. What about nails on the cross? It was like, all right. So people were basically saying that the cheek of you to be telling people about the nails to the cross.
But she's still a virgin.
She said she is, yeah. But she said she's basically done. There was a way she worded it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she was promiscuous in her past.
No, but there's a way she worded that was so funny.
Oh, so what? Christ
She
made
said,
her.
oh no, she said no. She's still a virgin. She hasn't had penetrative sex.
Oh, okay.
But she said, oh, like I'm a virgin, but I've done everything. I've done everything but.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I just think everyone mind your pussy, man. It is what it is, isn't it? Their message is their message. If you don't agree with it, then that's it. You don't agree with it. And the thing, I think also as well, people were, obviously was that whole thing about the fact that he wasn't a virgin. He's not a virgin.
Yeah.
He's a hoe. But he said he feels so blessed.
He is a
To
whore.
have-
No. He's saved and sanctified, please.
No, he said it was.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, brother in Christ. He said he was out here. And, but he's very blessed to have a virgin. I think we're like,
Is that a blessing, Emmanuel?
You know what the thing is, yeah.
Did you say yes?
No, wait.
he said, you know what the thing is?
No, because I actually want to look at a tweet I literally saw this morning. Somebody responded to that same thingy. Just wanted to read out. But yeah, it's a blessing. Why not? Why is it not a blessing? It's a blessing to him.
This is it. And that's what people were saying. I think that's where the criticism was coming, is that the church focuses so much on virginity for women, but the same conversation isn't given to men. Like, as a virgin, I'm not trying to be with a guy who's been around the streets. Sorry, like for like. I think virgins should be with virgins. So you can enjoy that blessing together. So that's what people's gripe was about the church, bringing up the whole church. It's like the focus is on that. But then my
Can he
thing
not be a
is,
blessing? Can he not be a blessing without being a virgin?
that's the thing, you can be, but obviously with virginity, my thing is, with virginity, it's about purity. So if you've done everything in between, go ahead and have the sex. It's about purity. So I feel like it is a blessing when two people who have kept their purity in honor of God come together.
But is it like two virgins? Is that like the blind leading the blind? No?
No, they can figure it out.
You want a little experience sprinkled in there, you know what I mean?
No. I think the Lord will show you what to do. I think you figure it out. I've actually watched it. There was a YouTube couple I used to watch, and they're both virgins. And they actually figured, like, they do you know what I mean? They grew together, and part of that was they enjoyed that in terms of like learning things together, like things they both like, all that kind of stuff. And there's tutorials in magazines.
Yeah, no, it's not rocket science. I'm not. I feel like they're not going to figure it out.
Surprised.
But it's just like, you know
You
what I
would
mean?
think it's not rocket
I know a
science.
lot of women like a man with experience, isn't it?
But can you really
Yeah.
be pure if your head is full of stuff like mine?
As between you and God.
I don't think that can happen.
But no. Because it's your mind is, that's the thing. I feel like with purity is such an intentional thing. Obviously, you're in the world, you will see stuff, you will hear stuff, blah, blah, blah. But it's about what you intentionally want to take in. So, not for nothing, with a mind like yours, what are you intentionally taking in? You started some conversation
good
with you
stuff.
saw sperm on your phone.
But is purity what you think or what you do?
I think it's
mean-
both. I think it's both.
Because if you don't act out these unpure, heinous thoughts, then
Yeah.
you're still pure to a certain degree.
I think for me, I think it's both because, what's that verse this morning? Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So essentially, what's in your mind, what's in your heart, what's in your mind can then manifest into your actions.
I think the heart and the mind are different.
That's fair. I'm putting them together in this group though, for what it is, for the point I'm making.
Combination.
Okay. We need that on the soundboard. But yes, I feel like if my heart was pure, how did this even start? I can't remember. But I feel like they work together. I feel like when my heart is pure, my actions are too as well. And when my mind is pure as well, my actions are as well. For me, they go hand in hand. Like how I personally operate. My mind is dirty, it ain't it.
How about you, Manuel?
What?
Can you do impure things whilst your mind is thinking about lovely things?
I don't
you
think
do
so.
impure things when
Really?
lovely things.
Wait, so your mind's thinking about beautiful, lovely, pure things, right?
Yeah, can your mind go somewhere else whilst you're engaging in something impure?
What, go to a good place?
But why would if you're? You
how?
mean you're doing something unpure or pure?
If you're doing something impure,
Yeah.
can your mind go somewhere else?
If you're doing something unpure, can your mind go somewhere else?
But
Like what?
It can, but why would it? Your mind will be focused on what you're doing. No?
Okay.
Unless you're distracted.
Okay. So
But what's
you
unpure that we're
can't
doing?
take your mind somewhere else whilst you're doing something physically?
Pure or unpure?
Give us an example,
I
please.
can't hear what you're saying.
When you're doing something impure,
Impure,
Yes.
okay.
Isn't it unpure? Sorry, that's bugging me. Okay.
I think you could say,
impure.
is it, huh?
I think it's impure.
Is
Is
it
it?
both
Okay.
ways, probably?
Maybe,
Pull up,
I don't
pull
know.
in now, pull
Okay,
up,
whatever.
check.
Let's forget semantics. So
Yeah,
when you're
doesn't
doing,
matter. I wasn't focused on that. Apparently mine was.
no, I was.
Because you said it. Anyway, go on.
I've asked the question.
Yes.
So if you're doing something impure, can your mind go to something that isn't? I need an example. Like what? If someone's watching porn, can they be thinking about cooking jollof rice?
Yeah, cool, run it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would they be?
Because I feel like with porn is different. If say for example you're having sex, I can be thinking about other things.
Yeah.
I can plan my week. I think it depends on the tasks.
But why can't you do that with porn then?
Because I feel like with porn, you go and turn it on. Unless it's like you've just got it on the TV and just put it on in as background. Then that's different.
But if you're having sex and you're thinking about your week, what's the reason
Sex is
behind that?
dead, Yusuf.
Okay.
Sex is dead.
Obviously, for man, it might be a bit different, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Just trying to, you know what I mean?
I thought I
Calm down a
read
bit.
somewhere that in order to sustain the thrust, you could basically think of other things.
Yeah, if you want to
Oh, yeah, to distract you.
But I guess that's not impure
reduce
action.
the
No,
urge
because
for
the
crime.
goal-
Impure.
The goal is still to keep you going impure for longer.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you don't want to
No,
know
I know
quickly,
that. That's why I was giving you an example. You asked me what's an example.
yeah, but then that's still you think of a distraction. I mentioned that earlier.
But this is what I'm talking about, the distraction of the mind. The mind going somewhere else other than what it is you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It can happen. It can happen.
So you can do it, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I guess so. I think so.
Done it before?
I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
As in, not obviously that example,
yeah.
but because you focus on like delivering in it, but pray for me.
Yeah, deliverance.
Again,
Immediately.
You know the Nigerian church is deliverance. 7 days white boys white fast.
But it's wild. It's wild to suggest that like a penetrative anal sex is not sex. No.
But second, it's wild to suggest that anal sex is not sex.
Yeah.
It is wild, but that's the thing, because a lot of people focus on vaginal sex. People just count it out. Like, oh, okay, you know, I'm this,
And
that.
a lot of women don't need penetrative sex to even flip and have an orgasm.
Okay.
Can I ask a question,
For the most
though?
part.
This may sound like a silly question, though, right?
Yeah.
But are you considering anal sex because there's sex on the end of it?
No, I think I'm picturing it.
I think
Okay. But
I'm
the reason why-
picturing nudity, and then I'm picturing.
it's sex. It is sex.
the reason,
Even like oral sex.
the reason why I'm saying exactly the reason why I'm saying that is because surely at some point in time, no one was doing oral sex, but now there's like people who do foot sex, right? I'm not too sure if it's called foot sex, but
Oh, like a
you know what I'm
foot
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if this woman was doing foot jobs all day,
Okay, do you know what, actually? I think if it's an entryway into a body part, a lower body part, I would see that as sex. If it's anal
Okay.
or vaginal, I would see that as sex. If it's
Okay.
oral sex, I wouldn't see that as sex. I wouldn't be like, oh, I had sex
Okay.
today.
Okay.
The thing is, if a woman came to me and says that she's a virgin, but I've sucked dick, I've had anal sex, I've given her hand jobs, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. Don't tell me you're a virgin then.
At all.
Like you've taken away whatever joy was attached to you being a virgin is gone. Yeah, but I've sucked bare dick. The fuck is
Why is it gonna be
that?
bare?
No, but she's 30 years old, so clearly I'm assuming. But I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin, but I've done everything else.
Yeah, man.
It don't hit how you think it's hitting.
Yeah, it doesn't hit how you
It
think.
don't hit how you think it's
Yeah.
hitting.
I would just say I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
You don't need to know what else I've done.
To be
Find
honest,
out, but you don't need to know.
I kind of thought she just meant everything apart from sexual activity. I thought she just meant maybe I've sold drugs, I've shot niggas, I've done certain things.
No, you know. That is not what she meant. Because she said, I've done everything leading up but
Okay.
the actual sex.
Okay.
She would have been proud of that.
Okay.
I used to be on the road. She would have made that distinction.
Alright.
But big up them, man. Wholesome couples in
Yeah,
that.
man, they're
Christian
happy,
couples
man.
in that.
And she's probably received head too. You know what I mean? A whole plethora of things.
I said recipient. Though. The guy had sex. She didn't. But now big up them. I just think, yeah, I feel like obviously people's convictions and whatever else is different, but sometimes just let people have things, man. If the content agrees with you, you agree with it, that's fine. If it doesn't, if you don't agree with it, then move on and move past it. But
This is it, man.
she was getting cooked, man. Well, he was, to be fair, as well. So it's such a blessing to him.
But why?
I want to be a blessing.
This is what I'm saying. Like, all right, you know what the thing is? Do you feel it's because a lot of women feel triggered?
Yeah, but that's the thing with social media, though. Like, things can easily trigger you. So there's a lot of people who had sex and in their church made them feel like, you know, you're the worst thing since sliced bread. So when conversations like this happen, a lot of times it's not necessarily because it defines how you think about yourself or anything like that. It's that you're thinking that there's someone else out there who was in a position I was in, and this can make them feel worse about themselves. Do you get what I mean? When I'm sitting here talking about things with women and blah, blah, like, I can't, like, it's not something that affects me. It's about the message that it might put to somebody else who's been through something. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like that's where the criticism was coming from, because in the church there is a lot of focus on women's purity. There's a lot of focus on women being virgins, but that same sermon is not given to men, and that's weird.
So?
No, it's not. You know, it's wild to me. Like, there's a lot of like women's seminars about, oh yeah, do this and do that. Like, it's wild to me that the amount of emphasis there is for women to be virgins and guys don't get the same energy. And it's wild.
I'll be honest though. I feel as though any church I've been to where they're kind of talking about the importance of virginity, it's been to both.
Okay, that's good. You've been to good churches then. Because a lot of onus is on when it comes to like marriage, when it comes to, and that's one of my issues as well, is that women are taught how they should be good wives and blah, blah. Men aren't taught how to be good husbands. So then now you've got a woman who, when she's there now, she's doing this because you guys are giving her a checklist, or cook for him, do this, do that. But the thing is, that person is not receiving what it is that she's doing. And so now there's a clash, because you raised her to be a mother, you raised her to be, a wife, but you haven't raised him to be a husband and a father. Like, I saw a video the other day. This guy is watching his kid, yeah? And the kid had a coffee in front of him. This baby was, you know the little stroller things when you put them in the middle and they're strolling about the place? The baby picked up the coffee. He was sat right in front. The coffee is here. Coffee is right here. Baby strolls in on her little stroller thing, picks up the coffee. Baby is trying to figure out how she can drink this coffee. The whole time, he's unaware that this is even happening. The coffee starts to spill on the kid's foot. It starts, because baby's trying to figure out, how do I get this to my mouth? This is too heavy for me. Then he's like, oh my gosh. Then he clocks. And it's like, after how long? Like, I don't know, man. But I think that's why there was a lot of thing, because he kept talking about, it's such a blessing to him that she's a virgin. And it's like, women, you always hear men say that. And even that the way women have been raised, the conversations that I've had with me by older women is, oh yeah, like, it will be such an honor and a blessing to your husband if you're a virgin. Okay, but how many people are having this conversation with men that it would be such an honor and blessing to your wife if you're a virgin? Do you get what I mean?
But is that mainly because if you expect one person to be a virgin, you expect the woman to be. So you may not necessarily
But that's the thing though, why do you expect the woman to be? Why should the woman have to be the one who's the virgin? That's the problem there. Why is the expectation for the woman to be the virgin when we're both coming together? And you exist in a world that I do as well.
Because nobody cares about men's purity, I'll be honest.
And this is the problem, and that's the problem, Yusuf. That is exactly what the issue is that the world over cares about women's purity and doesn't care about men's purity. So you stress women out about their purity, but then the people that they're being pure for, you're not doing that on the other end. So it's like, okay, men will have virgins, that's great for them, but what are women having? Men with 50 souls in them, and they're having sex with you as if the police is at the door. So that's the problem, is that the world needs to care a bit more. Give that some of the care that you have for women, sprinkle a bit into the men.
Also, I've never seen a narrative where a woman is looking for a man who's a virgin or particularly cares if a man's a virgin.
Depends
But that's the thing.
like.
Yeah, depends on what it looks like.
Depends on what it looks like and what he has going for him.
Not necessarily, because I feel like part of that as well, though, the reason why women would think that way goes back to the fact that there isn't a lot of emphasis and stuff placed on men for that. So women are a product of what they've been taught. So for them, women would judge other women who are not virgins and stuff like that, but the man that they're with has been with 100 women. but you wouldn't judge him at all. But your friend that you found out lost her virginity the other day
Yeah.
to her boyfriend,
Yeah.
you're judging her. So it's women. Some women
Yeah.
are a product of their
Yeah, we're a product
conditioning.
of all that stuff, but do you reckon...
City girls changing everything.
What?
City girls are changing everything. The narrative will be spun.
Do you think
Right.
women just don't want men who are whores? Like, they want men who've had experience, who know what they're
Yeah.
doing, but they just want men who slept with 100 women. As opposed to, they want a man who is completely pure, hasn't had sex at all.
I think it
100%. A lot
depends.
of women do not want those men who are whores.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
But I'm saying, I'm talking more so to
Do they want virgins as
a
well?
virgin or a man who's got a little bit of experience. Like, maybe he's been in a long-term relationship, maybe he's had a few partners, as opposed to a virgin. So a man with a little bit of experience or a virgin?
I'll be honest. I think it would depend on the woman.
Yeah, definitely.
It would depend on the woman.
Let's talk about majorities.
But that's the thing. The majority are a product of what it is they've been conditioned. So,
So it's all about conditioning.
But,
what's all about
but
conditioning?
the thing
What do
is,
you mean?
but the thing
Of
is,
course,
the,
it's all about conditioning,
the conditioning point is cool, but it goes for everything in life, innit?
and it does. So exactly, I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
It does. So we can't say it's not all about conditioning because a lot of things in life are about conditioning. So
Also the
that
city
doesn't
girl
sound wild.
movement.
Sorry,
Also the city girl movement.
that's about conditioning.
Yeah,
In what way?
Is that about conditioning?
Yeah, because again, it's women wanting to rebel from what it is that they've been told how they should be. So a lot of women don't even believe in all that stuff. That really and truly, some women they're not committed to it. People are not committed to it. But again, because like you felt what's the word? Not oppressed, but because that the way of like you should be a good girl, you should be like this, be like that has done such a number on you. When this other extreme comes, you're like, oh yes, yay for that. But the thing is, the reality is that you're not even for that. You're not about that. So this is why everyone needs to think for themselves and figure out what path is really for you. I'm a seagull in the music. Not
Nightfall
lifestyle, baby.
says conditioning takes away from accountability. Do you agree?
Who says that?
Nightfall.
Nightfall would say that though.
But do you agree?
No.
How about you,
In
Manuel?
what capacity, though?
In that same City Girls example,
Elaborate.
women empowerment, feminism, and all that kind of stuff that says we can basically open it up as frequently as we want to open it up. And then obviously Esther's suggesting that that's down to conditioning, right? Fighting against this particular swathe of you must look like this. No, we don't want to look like this, and we don't like the fact that it is patriarchy has us in a bind, so we are going to rebel. That takes away accountability for them wanting their own thing, right? Having their own agency to choose what they want to do, right? Suggesting that it's all based on conditioning.
What would their accountability be? What does accountability look like in that
I
scenario?
want to basically have sex when I want to have sex.
But they say
It's
that.
not-
What are you
it's not-
talking about?
It's not
They don't-
because we are rebelling.
No.
It's
Don't
not
be silly. Because they don't say, women don't say, I'm having sex because Carisha and JT and Megan Thee Stallion said this. The City Girl thing is different. There's a lot of women who say that women want to have sex and so they have sex. That's a whole other movement in itself. So you can't put that together. City Girls is not about, it's not about sleeping around. That
It's
is
not
not what
about
City Girls is
empowerment?
about.
No, but her
It's
point,
about what?
her point
Empowerment?
about...
It is a form of empowerment, but it's not about sleeping around. So when you talk about women saying, when you say about accountability in terms of women saying, I want to have sex, women do that.
Also, the City Girls stuff is not about sleeping around. What's it about?
It's not about sleeping around. It's about like just having fun, being carefree, and da. And obviously, there's a different level where it's like, do you know what? Let's get benefits of soft life and all that kind of stuff.
Question. The emergence of the City Girl movement, that wasn't rooted in sleeping around?
It was about getting treats from men, quote unquote, not scamming men, but scamming men. In terms of scamming them, as in like getting them to pay for stuff, getting them to da and all that kind of stuff.
It's just about receiving things without giving anything.
You asked me what it started with, and I'm telling you that was what the point. I don't know.
I didn't know that. I thought it
No,
was
of course
about
you didn't, because
You
you
thought
thought it was
about
about
sleeping
sleeping
around?
around.
100%.
But we've had this conversation before.
Wait,
Me and
talk
Corey
to me.
literally
What is
told
it
you.
about,
Told you.
Yusuf?
I thought it was about having fun.
What does that mean?
Being free. 1 second.
What does that mean?
1 second. Having fun, being free, losing a bit of your inhibitions, doing what you want more so, as in not listening to society's rules and constraints, twerking your ass off, being in the club, going out with your girls, hanging out with your girls. There's probably a little bit of sex mixing it, but it was definitely not about just fucking around with different men. Like, that's definitely not what I thought
Just?
about.
I didn't say just.
That's what you said. You said it was rooted in
did.
that.
You said it was rude.
I said it was just.
So raising your voice
I
doesn't
believe
change
so. I
what you
believe so.
said.
I believe so.
Okay, let me
Just 'cause you
clarify.
raised your voice.
100% it isn't just the things that you just mentioned just
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All of that is included.
Yeah.
100% sleeping around is in my head was in it, and you're saying no.
No, not sleeping around. Having
Not
sex.
sleeping around.
But not-
In my estimation, it was reclaiming the power in which it is that they felt that they had been they had lost, right, through patriarchy, through whatever.
and
in
also-
doing that,
and also-
let there be no condemnation for whatever I want to do, including sleeping around.
And also getting one up over men as well.
What does that mean?
It could be just not needing nothing from a man. Like, for example, girls going out buying their own bottles. We got on our own tables. We're getting lit without
Cool.
you lot, kind of thing, innit?
Yes.
Like our independence from needing men for
Yes.
shit. But at the same time, if a man wants to trick on me, I'll take that too.
Cool.
That kind of soft life
Cool,
thing.
cool.
But it was never about just sleeping around with multiple men.
100% I believe, and again, I've heard what y'all believe, but the lack of condemnation attached to me deciding if it is I want to have sex, I'm going to have sex. And don't brandish me a whore off the back of that. That's what I thought.
Okay.
And this is why I was championing it. 100%.
We're in the intro, you know. I've got lash appointment.
Also, I got to go at 10:32.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Who are we speaking to?
It's Black Rob.
Good
Morning,
morning,
Black Rob.
morning. How are you?
Morning.
I mean, sorry.
Morning,
what are your
guys.
thoughts?
Yeah, I love this conversation. I always like have this with my sisters and stuff like that. I think with anything in life, there's always like a correction or overcorrection. So like in the way, like in the Western world in the 70s, 80s, 60s, there was it was anti-gay, and then they had to overcorrect, and now I think that's the same thing happened with women empowerment, where we also, our mums and grandmoms generations, not have any power because they weren't economically empowered, so they just had to do whatever the man wanted per se. But now that women have a lot of economic power, they also have empowerment in other aspects of life. But I also think that there's always unintended consequences when you overcorrect too much in the other direction. So now that there's more women empowerment, which is good, and this is byproduct of them having more economic power, having better paid jobs, having more independence. A lot of them have been sold the narrative of independence at the expense of interpersonal relationships with the opposite sex. And what that will lead to is that there's going to be a generation, this is my prediction, in about 30 years time, there's going to be a generation of lots of rich aunties that are not fulfilled in their interpersonal lives, like no husbands, and then they're going to tell their daughters, their nieces that, hey, I'm a VP at Goldman Sachs, but I didn't have the other side of it, and you need to find a balance, because it can't come from us as men, because it will just sound like haters. So sometimes I feel the same way that our mums and grandmoms' generation told their daughters, hey, my husband controls my life because I ain't got no money. Go to university and get a job. And this generation is a byproduct of that. This next generation is going to be a byproduct of the rich auntie that did that, saw all the dreams that she wanted in her career, but maybe did not really place as much emphasis on the husband and career and all that stuff. And they're going to tell the younger generation, hey, find that the answer is a balance in the middle. But there's going to be some collateral damage in the process. That's my prediction.
Okay, so thank you very much so far, Black Rob. Sorry for shouting, everybody. So, Black Rob, whilst you're on the line, I'm reading the comment section, and people are saying I'm conflating Hot Girl Summer and City Girl.
Okay.
That's probably what I'm doing, right?
Okay.
So, Hot Girl Summer, do you see it as the all right, pussy up?
I think
Hot Girl
Hot
and
Girl Summer is a
lifestyle.
lighter. It's all branding, isn't it? I work in marketing, so it's all about how you communicate the message. Hot Girl Summer is a lighter. It's City Girl light. It's have fun, go party, go party. Ride the boot where you pour drinks down your throat. It doesn't necessarily need to be aligned with sex. City Girls is a bit more. It's a bit more salacious. It's a bit more.
I don't think so.
Sleep with who you want.
I
Scam.
think City Girls and Hot Girl Summer is the same thing, but you're just isolating it to the summertime. I think they're. Esther, am I wrong here? City Girls, it's the same thing. Hot Girl Summer, City Girls, it's the same thing.
Because you know all these slangs anyway City Girl was because City Girls, JT and Young Miami were saying City Girls.
Yeah.
Hot Girl comes from the Hot Girl coach, Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
so
same
it's
thing.
all the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just different fan bases call them different things. I don't know of any movements that's really about you having full on as much sex as you want to. That's a whole other thing when we then talk about women's orgasms and stuff like that. That's what that movement's about. When there was spreading awareness about women's orgasms, that's what that's about. But
This is where I'd want to. But then, how comes whenever like there's a joke on Black Twitter that like whenever like Tristan Thompson does something bad to like has another baby, I'm thinking, well, like City Boys are up. So it is about like mistreating the other sex or getting one up on the other sex, isn't it? That's what I see it as when you look at it on Black Twitter and all that type of stuff. How comes that's what you guys all see the stuff? You know when we go, it's like a little joke in Black Twitter, it's like, oh, City Boys are up, City Girls up. Whenever
But that's even though
a guy,
it's a joke
Yeah,
because
but
it's not all just about stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah.
I said earlier though. I think getting one up on the opposite sex is a part of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, when someone does something like, City Boys
Yeah.
up by 10.
This is it.
Or now we're down by 20.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That it's a little joke, but I don't think it's at the core of
it
it.
is a
It's not
joke, but
because
there's always
because
truth
it's-
and jest in it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I always
just
sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you, but it's like I think the difference between City Boys and Hot Girl Summer is that with Hot Girl Summer, I never see it at the expense. Like Hot Girl Summer, I never see anything said in Hot Girl Summer that's at the expense of the other sex. So Hot Girl Summer, if girl wants to go to DLT, they want to go to shake their bum on the boat, blah blah. Guys are like, do you know what I mean? No guys like, have fun. Do you know what I mean? Well, City Girls and City Boys always seems to be at the expense of the other one. That's what I've seen anyway. That's how I differentiate the two.
I think it's all just fun and
I hear
shits
you.
and
I think
giggles,
that's
man.
just the way it's being framed online. But for me, I think they're the exact same thing.
It's just shits and giggles to be honest. Because even like with the scorecard, it can be anything. Like if a guy, do you know what I mean? Like if a guy says something stupid and a girl says something stupid in an interview, the guys will be like, oh, like seagulls are down. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a narrative that you guys get it together as a collective kind of thing. It's just shits and giggles.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I know it's just a joke, but then as I said, it's just how it. Yeah, maybe that's just how I view. I think that's how it's communicated, and also I think you have to also look at who the ambassadors of these slogans are to dictate what the messaging is of the slogan. Megan Thee Stallion, prior to all of this, the funny thing is Megan Thee Stallion's brand's quite interesting. She's quite sexualized, but also she was very kind of much like, I'm just like she was. I don't know if it was branding, but it was done really well. Where she was like, when she first came out, she was like, oh yeah, she was a great. She oozes sexuality, but she's also like, oh, I'm still in college. I'm still studying for my degree. She was like trying to balance that. I'm a pretty girl, I've got a nice body, but I'm also like, I'm trying to get my degree. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever see she posts pictures on Instagram of her like studying and stuff like that? So she's trying to show that balance of like, I'm smart, but I'm still a sexy girl that likes to party, and which is what a lot of like her audience, like a lot of black women, like, oh yeah, I'm a girl that is studying for my doctorate, but I like to party on the weekend. So a lot of people, black girls in colleges and universities, kind of related to that, which is great marketing. The City Girls, on the other hand, they're the brand ambassador of City Girls. They're like the ratchet, like
not necessarily.
I'm gonna scam your man, blah blah blah.
On yachts with Diddy.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing.
I feel like it's all the same thing, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. I think it's just all the same
It's not.
thing.
I think the branding for Carisha and the branding for Megan Thee Stallion is very, very different. But if you see them as the same thing, then we can agree to disagree.
Oh no, it's not that deep for me.
Sorry? Yeah, me neither. I didn't say it was deep. I just said.
Okay.
I'm not trying to. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Black Robert,
That was an awkward exchange.
thank you very much for your.
I'm not trying to be awkward. I'm actually trying to have
Like, it's not that deep.
I'm clocked that you.
But I mean, you're trying to discount my opinion by saying it's not that deep. I never said it was deep. I'm just expressing my
Okay,
opinion.
thank you. We need to get on with the show. I've got a lash appointment.
Thank you very much for your fantastic contribution, brother.
Thank you. I don't get it. Gosh.
See the boys up one.
Trust me. He's down by 10 on account of Black Rob.
Kill me.
Bloody hell, bruv.
Oh man.
Anyway, let's get into headlines.
All right, people. So our first headline: the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, will appear in front of an infected blood inquiry on Wednesday. Today, right? Bereaved families want Mr. Sunak to accept compensation recommendations made 3 months ago by the inquiry's chairman, Sir Brian Langstaff. It's thought that 30,000 people in the UK were given contaminated blood products in the 1970s and the 1980s. Some victims have received financial support, but not all have been fully compensated. The inquiry has recommended that the government establish an arm's-length compensation body as soon as possible, and definitely before the final report in autumn. The inquiry was established to examine how thousands of patients in the UK were infected by HIV and hepatitis C some 40 years ago, how authorities, including the government, responded, and whether there was actually a cover-up. Thousands of NHS patients with haemophilia and other blood disorders became seriously ill after being given a blood transfusion or a new treatment called Factor 8 or 9 from the mid-1970s onwards. At the time, the medication was imported from the US, where it was made from the pooled blood plasma of thousands of paid donors, including some in high-risk groups, such as prisoners and drug users. Next headline, police officers in England will no longer respond to concerns about mental health if there is no risk to life or crime being committed. The government says the policy could save millions of hours of police time every year. Senior officers say forces have lost their way by dealing with less serious mental health problems. But mental health charities are saying they're deeply worried at what could be a dangerous change. The government says it's providing an extra £1 billion a year, including 150 million for facilities to replace police officers, including specialist mental health ambulances, extra capacity for treating patients, crisis cafes, where people struggling to cope can drop in for help, and 999 call handlers are being trained to assess a request for officers to attend and decide whether they should actually basically attend. And this would be basically down to someone's life being at risk, whether there's a threat to the public or possible crime is being committed. And the last headline, this is kind of like a follow-up of the whole issue with Farage and the bank not wanting him. And basically the chief executive of Natwest, Dame Alison Rose, is to step down after coming under pressure in the row over Nigel Farage's bank account. She's been heavily criticised for being the source of an inaccurate BBC report about the leading Brexiteers' account at Coutts, which is part of the NatWest group. NatWest chairman Howard Davies said she was leaving by mutual consent. Dame Alison had admitted that, she basically made a serious error of judgment. In a statement released earlier this morning, NatWest Group chairman Howard Davies said that the board and Alison Rose had agreed a mutual consent that she will step down as CEO of the NatWest Group. It is a sad moment. She has dedicated all her working life so far to NatWest and will leave many colleagues who respect and admire her. NatWest's board of directors announced that Paul Thwaite, who's the current chief executive of the company's commercial and institutional business, will take over Dame Alison's responsibilities for an initial period of 12 months, pending regulatory approval. And that's it for the headline.
Nice. Let's get into what you say and topic of the day.
All right, people. Topic of the day, right? This one, honestly, I know that you lot don't like it when I say it, but I feel like this might be a quick one. But it's
it has to be me and Yusuf on the schedule.
Well, it's a perfect day to do it, right? But I wanna get you lot's thoughts on this, right? Do you feel like in certain things, like religion kind of oversteps its bounds, or people who practice certain religions overstep their bounds? And I've got two examples here, right? The first one, Ben's got a link for. Second one, there's no link. So I'll just tell you about the second one first. And this is, for those people out there who, watch porn in their spare time, they might have...
You watch what?
Porn? Why didn't you say it?
Porn. Even coy over there, man. Even shy over there, big man.
You tried to speed past
All right, so
funny.
those people there, yeah, who know about. I think she's a former star anyway. I'm not too sure she's still practicing, right? Is that the right word? Practicing?
Yeah, practicing. Yeah,
practicing porn.
I thought you meant religion. No, engage. Where is it engaging? Watching.
Working.
What? As in, like,
she's an actress.
So she does porn.
I think she's a former.
Oh, so porn star.
Okay, yeah. So the former. She's
That's
a former.
a career.
Yeah,
That's a porn star.
I love how you say actress.
They got scripts, right?
There was some people used to try and break into the industry.
Did they?
In Hollywood to notice them, yeah.
What type of madness?
I was watching Friends this morning, and Joey's agent offered him that. So I thought, maybe this is a thing. I actually thought that. So I thought, some people break into the industry this way.
I'm pretty sure there's no star that's got
You'd be
a porn
surprised.
record.
Because obviously they want money in it, and they're trying to get out. Maybe they won't break into the industry, but it's a way to make money while you wait for.
I guess so.
You know.
I guess the most it could ever be is like a music video vixen or something.
Yes, a lot of people come from music
Somebody's
videos.
porn is
video.
very, very tasteful, you know.
Oh, is it?
Proper acting. Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man.
Gosh.
Well, anyway, this woman, her name is Mia Khalifa.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Yes.
No, I haven't watched her work. Not that I wouldn't.
I've seen
I
some
just
of her
haven't.
work.
I just haven't.
What is she
Have you
like?
seen her work, man?
Yeah, I'll put a picture up. Hold up. Continue, man.
Do it from Google. Don't go to your bookmark page.
She's not
Okay,
really
right.
my remit of porn star.
She's not your.
Not my spec.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this woman, yeah, I think she's pretty famous anyway, right? And
She was.
Oh, okay. So
Well, she probably still is, obviously, but she's
sort of
she's out of
famous.
that time ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, her, right?
I shouldn't be blessing this. No. It's too early in
They're
the
not the
morning.
one that they put the
Sorry.
Well, basically, she's a, like you said, she's a former, and now obviously she's gone into business, and so she's come up with a jewelry.
women in business.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
City girls.
I hope your wife is a girl.
Amen.
She's launched a jewelry brand,
Nice.
and it's caused a lot of controversy. Reason being is because she's labeled it shaitan.
Oh, this story.
I
Okay.
wasn't like Satan.
Yes, in Islam or in Arabic, right?
Oh, okay.
So the question is, right?
I mean,
What are you gonna say?
she did work where she worked, so
Okay,
it's kind of on brand.
but is okay? We won't got that. No.
Do you mean?
Yeah.
And she is a Muslim.
Aha.
Oh, she Muslim?
Yeah,
As a practicing Muslim?
of course.
Don't say of course.
I mean, I guess there's different degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, but was
Yeah,
she
I'm-
Muslim when she was when she was
I've seen
adult
I've
actress?
seen some scenes where she had.
No, she didn't.
Had what?
No blasphemy.
Of course it is. That's what made it great for people watching it.
Hold on,
Nah,
is
she's not Muslim,
Is
bro.
naming something after the devil blasphemy?
Not
This
about
is
her
what we're
doing
getting
porn
to.
in
In hijab.
yeah.
Is that what she done?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Brad said he's watched it.
Oh,
I've seen.
believe anything he says, bruv.
I do a lot of research. I'll show
He's
you.
definitely lying.
But no, same stuff after Satanism and blasphemy.
Yeah, he's not
But
blasphemy.
I mean, you ain't gonna have a word when you get there. But it's not.
Wait, is God's not gonna care?
Look,
No, because no, God would because you're glorifying His up.
Oh, his glorifications.
Yes.
I look, look. I see it.
All right. So
Gosh.
according to the chat, yeah, she's not a Muslim. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
She can't be.
All right. Cool.
No way. Even if she said that she was, I'm not believing her.
All right. So she's not a Muslim. Yeah.
What now?
I'm just asking bad.
Does this make this worse though? I was asking about it. Does this make this worse that she's not a Muslim, but she's kind of using her Middle Eastern look,
Heritage.
thank you,
Yeah.
to dress up in hijab, firstly, doing her scenes. Obviously, for people
She was
who've
raised
got that-
Catholic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and she
Okay.
uses the hijab as a prop.
In her scenes.
Have you got a scene? A picture
Yeah.
of a scene over there?
You want me to find out? Yeah.
like a still?
Nah, such though.
Not a crazy one.
That's the thing though, because you know with him you can't give him parameters. He's just gonna go, don't do it. We'll take your word for it. We believe you. So she was just using that. But you know, women in the Middle East,
Yes.
isn't that just how they dress though? Covering
Yes,
themselves.
Yes, it is.
So do you have to be Muslim to cover yourself as well?
Nope.
No. Prior to Islam,
That's just
Christians
cultural.
were dressed that way.
Yeah. So then she's not using it. Do you know what I mean?
But this is where I'm basically going with this. Why is it that a lot of people from religions believe their religion has a monopoly on a particular thing? Why do they believe that, oh, this is ours now?
I trademarked it
Exactly. Why? Why do they feel that they have?
because it's ours.
Wow. Before people are using it.
Do you know what it's like? Actually, it's not yours because what it is. Sorry, why are you laughing there?
What happened? What have we
Heathen.
discovered?
Nothing.
I feel like, do you know what it's like? I don't think. Okay, I don't think it's theirs.
Okay.
But I think because you place a high significance on it,
Okay.
that's why you feel like this is the symbol. But when you think about it, even like with the LGBTQ community that use rainbows and stuff, Noah saw the first rainbow. Rainbow is a sign from God that we are. Do you get what I mean? So
They took a rainbow and made it there.
Made it theirs.
Theirs, yeah.
in their own way. Do you get what I mean? So
It's true.
because you know how significant it is for you, your religion, your faith, whatever it is, you will feel this onus towards it. It's like someone decides to call themselves my own royalty tomorrow. You're a beg. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So I feel like it's just natural instinct. But I am aware that someone can take the same thing that I see as significant and you redefine it.
Yeah.
That's not a hill that I personally want to die on.
Yeah.
Because for me, it means this. Like as a Christian, the rainbow means this for me. It means God is not gonna let me
But
put my swimming skills to use. But for you, someone who's gay and a lesbian or whatever, that's what it means to you. So
But if something is synonymous with a particular religion or movement, and
Yeah.
everyone knows that, and you're aware of that, you know the ramifications of now using that image or symbol in whatever you're doing. So
that's
You know what I
rude.
mean? Like,
yeah, to be fair.
you know what that means. Even
feel like-
though that person may not be the person who created it, you know
Yeah.
how society views that thing.
yeah.
It's like the Nazi symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was
Well, you don't wanna use that one,
Prior
right?
to that, it was used in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And
Are they still using it though? Because you know
no,
sometimes
this is like
this
ancient.
news hasn't spread.
Incorrect. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who's that getting
But if you
cancelled?
now want to bring it back and be like, oh, this is our ancestors, the world will tell you that you're a Hitler liker. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you can run it, you know. I think depending on what it was that we were using it for before Hitler did, we could run it.
it'll be tough.
Well, the Nazi
It'd be
symbol,
tough.
impossible.
But it would just, no, it's one of those, it has to stay in Africa. We can't bring it across the pond. But I feel like people just, I think that's why people feel, that's why certain religions feel like this is theirs.
True indeed.
Because because of the significance it is for them. Do you know what I mean? But you can't control these things.
Yes.
Annoying.
So she's got loads of backlash for it, man. And
But then isn't that a cultural, so she's basically just doing porn and stuff in her cultural wear, not in her religious wear.
no, in her porn thing.
Yeah, so she's doing porn in cultural wear.
Yes.
How she would dress culturally even if she wasn't
No.
Muslim.
She don't dress like that normally. She's only doing that to
for the-
emphasize. Yeah,
the porn?
Yeah, of course, just for that.
Oh, she deserves the cookings then.
No,
But
but,
that's the thing though.
but I want to take it away from that point. That was before.
Oh, okay.
It's more so about her now
Okay.
with a jewelry brand called Shaitan, using Islamic words and
Yeah.
stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
So
To then
Shaitan is
push
Arabic for Satan.
for Satan.
Yeah.
And then you've got a
Okay.
jewelry brand that's pushing Satan. It's like, why?
Yeah.
What? And you're not
No, but
even
then I
Muslim.
don't think that's personally, I don't think that's a big deal.
Okay.
Because it's like if I started a brand called Je t'aime. I'm not French.
But
Because Arabic is a language,
yeah,
right?
but the
Yes.
devil was a negative thing, innit? But also, people don't seem to care that Man United's nickname is the Red Devils, or they have a devil on their emblem. Yeah, no one seems to care about that.
The thing.
So
But
I don't agree with both. But why is it
acceptable in
uproar
one
for her?
yeah.
But no one's ever said, "Oh, Man United should change their logo, change their nickname." They're glorifying the devil.
Yeah, that's true.
It's on their badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think it's a big deal. Just because it's a word, and maybe that's her god. There's Satanists that exist. There's people that worship Satan. That's their
true.
religion.
That's true.
So maybe that's her vibe. That's the vibe she wants to go for.
I think it's just bad taste.
It's bad taste.
It's bad taste. Having
then
a brand
again-
called Shaitan is bad taste.
Yeah, it's bad taste, but that's some people's reality. Because the people that actually worship Satan, like, that is their religion.
Yeah.
That's what they practice. That's how they live. So they would have a brand where they think that they're glorifying Satan.
And also, that's a risk business-wise, no? Like calling your brand
Exactly.
Shaitan. Like, do you want to sell?
Exactly. 100%.
You want God's blessing over this?
100%.
Is she an
Well-
atheist or is she?
See, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe she's an atheist. What are you going to say about
Catholic.
Catholic?
No, but she was born in
But
Catholic.
she's not even
She's
Muslim or
raised
nothing.
that.
She's a Christian and she's what? Where's she from originally?
Where's she from actually?
Sorry, no. She looks like she's from the Middle East, though.
Ben, you should.
Yeah, I'll bat it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So she's obviously took on that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. While Brent's looking at that, yeah. In the same way, in this particular scenario, it's kind of like the Muslim world are kind of feeling some type of way about it, right? Kind of claiming Shaitan as their own, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
In this scenario, in the next example, there's a Catholic. Is she a Catholic? She's a reverend anyway. She's a reverend.
Yeah.
And she's got, her name's Wendy Dalrymple. So Reverend Wendy Dalrymple, right? And yeah, the Catholic Church is kind of upset about certain things. And the reason why is because she's like super tied up. So Brent, I've got a picture in the thingy, right?
As in like sex bondage.
No, sorry.
Oh,
like,
bad.
Tied
yeah,
up, tied
yeah.
up.
Oh, tatted.
It's not
up.
even crazy.
Oh,
I
big
think it's
up
only
Disney.
like, yeah.
Tattoos permissible in Christianity.
See, this is the thing. It's not.
Yeah. So,
But it's down to
Depends on who you
translation,
talk-
though. It
depends who you talk
who you
to.
talk to.
but what do you mean?
No, but, yeah, because
But who am I meant to be talking to? That's the key
Well,
thing.
you have different people who believe different things. innit?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, but
The same with any
I'm
religion.
talking about what the Bible says is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Not-
the Bible does say you shouldn't mark your bodies
Yeah,
or
I
anything
mean,
like that.
yeah.
But that includes piercings and
and some people then interpret that as, oh, because of this particular reason, and because I'm not doing it for that reason,
Yeah.
it's okay to mark my body.
Okay.
So you always get this.
So what her tattoos are? What's that?
So people were looking at her tattoos and basically, oh, they look demonic and this, that, and the third. And
Oh, shut up. Isn't that the Virgin Mary in there?
I don't know, but basically one tattoo is what is known as a Jerusalem cross, right? So it's a symbol that was part of a coat of arms of the Kingdom of Jerusalem way back, like 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So she's basically trying to say to the people, you lot are just talking about stuff you don't know. It may look gothic and maybe not church-like, but this is my expression of so-and-so.
Oh, you see, I thought, she had tattoos before she became a vicar.
It might have been, but it was still linked. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe she added two. I'm not too sure about the timelines.
Okay.
But she basically educating them that it's not like crazy tattoos like that you think. This is why I can openly put them up like this and have them on display during the service, right? But
does it
It's
matter
a bit
about what the tattoo is, or is it just that you have tattoos full stop, right?
I think for some people it's both.
It's tattoos, some people it's tattoos, full stop.
No, I mean, what does the Bible say though?
Bible shouldn't mark your body.
Exactly.
At all.
So there's no justification then,
Yeah.
right?
But it,
But
like
then
most
some
things,
people-
interpretation.
No, but what does the Bible say though?
No,
I think the
get
Bible
what
says
you're
don't mark
If
your
it says
body.
don't mark your body, then what's that to interpret?
But I think some people think about because I think that's in where is that? Leviticus, isn't it? So with Leviticus is like a book of rules because then people were whiling and God was like, don't eat sheep, don't do that. It was it's a book of do's and don'ts for Israel at the time because they were just acting bad.
Yeah.
So some people would say that was just a rule for them.
Okay.
Even though some of the rules for Israel is for the church,
Yeah.
but they were God's first people kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I think some people would look at the context and justify it that way because really and truly with them we shouldn't have piercings as well. So the same things in the Bible that some will take literally,
Yeah.
and then others that people don't feel convicted about, and they're like, okay, fine.
Yeah. I think people find ways to, manipulate the system or to make, like for example, I don't have any tattoos, and at one point I wanted to get tattoos, but a few reasons why I didn't, but religious reasons was one of them.
Yeah.
But at one point I thought to myself, you know what? If I get Arabic tattoos, if I get Arabic writing,
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine, or it'll make it better.
Yeah.
But no.
People can say that,
But
but
no.
yeah.
The Bible says, don't throw stones in a glass house. Paraphrasing, obviously. He without sin.
Yeah, the verse is that I have to be paraphrasing.
Well, I'm doing it because this is all it's all interested to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And why I'm doing it that way is because it's very much relatable. It needs to be relatable in order for people to be connected to God, right? So yes, it does say don't mark up your skin, but that doesn't mean that Jesus is going to look at you as though you are going to hell.
Yeah,
right?
because you mark your skin.
Who was it that he went and healed?
He could bear people.
Yeah. But the woman who touched his garment.
Oh, the one that issued the blood.
Yeah. I mean, the New Testament is riddled with Jesus looking at people and saying, "I'm not going to basically cast you aside once it is that you believe in me." So
Even his friends,
she
they were all
can-
tax collectors and
all of them are
prostitutes and
scoundrels.
stuff.
We're scoundrels, anyway.
Okay.
So she can, she could wear those tattoos. She could be a priest. She could be a vicar. She could be whatever it is that she wants in that particular religious circle, and she wouldn't be seen as dirty and unclean by Jesus once it is that she gives her life to him.
But the issue is that some people don't see it that way. Do you get me? Because for me, if I went to a church, I'm not looking at her like, oh my gosh, you got tattoos. I'm listening to what we're talking about here. I'm listening to her teaching.
Yeah.
I'm not judging her, but I'm basing my experience of this based off what it is that she's saying. But some people are actual religious. I don't say I'm religious. They're religious because for them it's like do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
God said, don't drink, don't this, don't that. Do you know what I mean? So when they then meet other people, how they see religion, they pass that on to other people. So if you do this, it's like, oh my gosh, you're going to hell. If you do this, it's like, you're going to hell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a tricky thing about Christianity as well.
So yeah, man. So in that situation there, like with Mia Khalifa, you got a bunch of religious people claiming something, and in this one, you've got people claiming we don't want that particular thing with the tattoos and stuff. Like, is it time for religion to basically just say, look, there's some things that just belong to the world, and that's just it, or it's just like everyone do their own thing and just focus on a relationship with God? Or would there always be that overlap?
There will always be that.
I think it will be overlap.
There will always be that. Because everyone practices and everyone's faith levels are different.
Yeah.
So if someone they've got stronger faith than you do, and they see you doing something, they will correct you because that's something that they're convicted about. Even Paul says it in the New Testament, where it talks about some of you go and meet these people, and they're not drinking. But he was like, yeah, but your faith is what's convicted you not to drink.
Yeah.
Obviously, drunkenness is a sin. But he was like, if someone's comfortable drinking wine, don't chastise them for them. Your faith is why you don't drink wine. And he said, no, not your faith, your conviction.
Yeah.
Like, you can both be Christians, you can both be saved and stuff. Talked about eating meat as well. It said some people are convicted that they don't want to eat meat.
Yeah.
But understand that they've come from a different religion. They were old, their religious ways. Is it the Gentiles that didn't eat meat? Yeah, it was, because they were the ones who came into the faith after the Jews.
Gentiles ate pork and the Jews didn't.
Yes, that's it. So the Jews were then criticizing the Gentiles for eating pork.
Yeah.
But he was like, that's their way of it. That's not what God's looking for. These are all semantics essentially. Like, that's not what determines your faith. That's not what determines your closeness and your relationship with God.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's always my thing, is just my relationship with God. I do think there are certain things that are clear as day, because the Bible also does say that you shouldn't, we live in the world, but you shouldn't be of the world. So there's something that clear as day, but I don't think we're ever going to have consensus on it. Just because in Christianity alone, there's like how many denominations? It's too many. You know what I mean? So I don't think we're ever going to have that agreement like there is in Islam. Do you get what I mean? Because
There are different denominations in Islam.
are there?
Yeah, different belief systems, 100%.
Yeah.
You can't teach Nation of Islam.
No.
I was going to say, is that what you mean?
You got the Shiites, people.
Oh, is it? Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like whenever I see like Muslims have conversations, there's always some kind of consensus of like, no, don't do this.
I think the Orthodox view is like, it's huge compared to the other.
Yeah.
Denominations, is that okay?
Yeah, that's why.
Yes, I don't think we'll ever get to that point where everyone can agree on the same thing. And it's fine, because again, everyone is convicted differently. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't get to the point of, what is it? What exam could I even use? I don't know what exam I can use, but everyone's convicted differently. Do you know what I mean? I might meet someone who's like, I can't eat meat because in the Old Testament it says this, and actually I am convicted about eating meat. And that's fine, because God doesn't want him to eat meat. God didn't want certain people, the people that were called by God, what was it, Samson? He had to live off wildlife and honeys and stuff. He wasn't allowed to drink at all. Do you get what I mean? And cut his hair and stuff like that, because God had his purpose for him. So each to their own in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
But we all worship together. So
Read a classified document that stated, well, it was classified before, but it was unclassified or declassified. Sorry, that the Vatican had took charge of a UFO that got downed in Rome, and then they gave it over to the American government. Yeah. Just throwing it in there. It's all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all intermingled.
Do you think if let's just say if that is true, and the UFO did drop, what are they called now? They're not called
UAPs.
Yes.
What's UAP stand for?
It is. Hold up.
What is it? Unidentified aerial phenomena, something like that.
Okay. Was there a need for a rebrand or?
Yeah, because of what the stigma that UFOs had.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's also because they kept finding that bare things that people saw, which is not UFOs.
Okay.
It was just
Yeah, so unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's I gonna say? Yeah. So if for example one of those UAPs dropped now, right, or when it did, whatever, and it opened up and it saw an alien in there, do you think the Catholic Church would tell the rest of the Catholic world?
No, because they're part of the cover-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was gonna ask, why does it have to be a religious thing? Why is it that they have to tell the rest of the Catholic world? Why is it they just can't tell the world or the government or the power that be? Yeah, I don't see UFOs and religion as something that's directly linked together.
Okay, 100%. Good point. Do you think they would tell the world though?
No, because they haven't.
yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True.
They haven't. There's no way all these theories and speculations and conspiracies are fake, man. They're just made up.
So what? So before we wrap up, do you guys feel as though if this is true, right? And let's just say that like certain people, like the Pope and his people, the most, I don't know, revered Islamic cleric, the imams, the synagogue leaders, all these people, right? Knew that there was like UAPs. They knew, and they chose to keep from the world. Do you feel as though it makes them deceptive? Do you feel as though like it makes them like peddlers of religion, or do you feel as like they're maybe, I don't know, some other reason?
What do you mean by peddlers of religion?
As in more so like you guys know that if, for example,
Are you talking like that's a sin, basically? So them not letting the world know that they've discovered UFOs is basically committing a sin.
not necessarily a sin, but
deceptive.
Yeah, but
Like-
more so like if we tell the world,
Yeah.
there may not be any Judaism after this. There may not be any Islam or Christianity because people will start thinking, where does this sink in with their faith? And so we would lose our importance.
But does it have to sink in?
Yes,
Why?
because it's everything for a Catholic. The faith is everything. It's grounded in everything that they believe in.
But if God decided to not tell you about life outside of your realm, that's his decision. Like he didn't want, like this is what God gave you to kind of structure your life around, innit? If he never told you about UFOs, it's probably for a
But
reason.
this is why he's asking the question: if they deliberately keep it from you, you're keeping that information from the people. You're not even giving them the choice to decide whether God
So
has kept it from you.
So you believe that the existence of aliens or life outside of Earth debunks religion?
Not
Or
for me.
debunks the concept of religion?
Not for me, because I already have a theory of how that happened, but not
Go
for
on.
me. But I've shared this before.
Remind me.
All right, cool. So, fallen angels,
Yeah.
yes? I've told you about the Book of Enoch before, right? Can you remember that?
I don't remember it, but I remember the Book of Enoch. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So in this book, it speaks about what angels did whilst they were on Earth, far more detail than what is depicted in the Old Testament, right? And one of the things was that angels, the fallen angels, were mixing human DNA with angel DNA, human DNA with animal DNA, angel DNA with animal DNA.
Yeah.
And different things were created, right? Now, some of the depictions of aliens have these different types of DNA sets merged together. For example, the ancient Egyptians, you have the heads of animals with the body of human beings. I'm not sure if you know any of those depictions.
No.
You
But
probably
okay, cool. I'm
Yeah. So, essentially, my theory is that angels, they lived in this particular realm where God existed, right? And then they were cast to Earth. Earth is in this particular solar system, this universe, right? Also, you have the moon, you have different planets, this and next, right? So if it is that they can basically chill on Earth, they could also traverse other planets, right? The same way how we can now go to the moon, we can go to this. They could have done that time ago, right? Now, whilst they were on Earth, they were splicing, they were mixing DNA, and as we've seen depicted in different theories, there was a flood. There was also a big cataclysmic event, like the meteor hitting the Earth, and it had to reset this. All of that, they could have just looked to say, all right, cool, we'll take the civilization and we'll go to a different planet, right? Cool. And some of these cave paintings depict human beings leaving the Earth. For example, I think is it Mayan or Incan civilizations in Mayan? You have those drawings where it is that you have those kind of what looks like spaceships or rockets kind of going. Yeah. So, and then some people, they're wondering where all the remains of all these civilizations. Yeah. So my theory is that they left off to different planets, right? And they've been populating, they've been growing, they've been blah, 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 blah. And they visit now and again. Now, why I'm talking about the Roman Catholic Church is because right now in the American government, they're putting together like not investigations, but they're looking to force these private companies and the government to declassify all of the stuff that they've been classifying even before Roswell. Right? Because they feel as though there is an imminent threat to humanity. The more that these things are being seen, these UAPs and whatnot, and there's a lot of them that's coming out. And the government are just serving up cookie cutter responses. And the senators and whatnot, they're vexed because their responsibility is to basically look after the people. And if the American government is hiding from the people, especially if there's a threat, then that needs to be changed because you've been using these resources all this time to be doing the madness, and we don't even know about it.
Yeah.
So you're going to find out within the coming months. Maybe I don't think it will be a year because it's literally fever pitch. I've been following I'm very, very excited. I've been following it intensely. Over the last maybe 3 or 4 months, and it's bleeding into mainstream, popular stream media. When I'm saying popular stream media, I'm talking about these YouTube channels that cover all the stuff that the government doesn't look to cover. The ones with the big channels, right? So very, very soon, it might even be Joe Rogan that covers it properly. Yeah. But everybody's going to find out what I know. What a lot of other people know based on what they've been watching. And one of the things is that, time ago, the Vatican had a UFO that got downed, and they basically handed it over to the government, the American government. Okay. Yeah. So that made me obviously like, oh my goodness, they're involved in this cover-up. Yeah. Because obviously they're a big institution, the Vatican. Yeah. Like religion is a massive thing, and obviously they're the center of the quote-unquote Christian religion, Christian faith. So them being like kind of I don't know what's the term called. Them being sworn in to this particular secret thing, I think it's hand in hand, 100% hand in hand.
This is very intriguing.
Yeah. So the fallen angels. Yeah. And they're meddling and all of the splicing, aliens, right? That's my theory. Okay. Yeah.
So
I can dig it.
So Brent, just to summarize it or to think it, the fallen angels created the aliens or are the aliens?
I would say both. Okay. Because we're saying aliens, but they're different types of beings that are out there that we don't even know all the different types. Is what I'm saying.
So are you saying they're physical?
The fallen angels, I do believe they can be, and they also don't have to be, because obviously they're
kind of like angels, because angels can be physical.
Yeah, because when people were sleeping with the daughters of men, so and sleeping with the daughters of men, and even some of more in it, they were looking to grab the male angels to sleep with them, and God said, "Nah, leave it." Yeah. So 100% they can take physical form as well, but no, those I don't think that. It's just them. I think it's also the splicing, the mixture.
Not all religions, by the way, believe that obviously that this will kind of mess up stuff. For some religions, like UFOs, proves their religion to be authentic. Yeah, like the Nation of Islam.
What's the theory behind it?
All right, I was waiting for you to ask.
Sorry. Did I bite the apple?
Drop mic.
So basically, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? He had explained already that it was revealed to him via Master Farad Muhammad that the UFOs, there is a big UFO spoken about in the Bible, Ezekiel's will. You heard about Ezekiel's will?
Talk to me.
Okay, so Ezekiel's will, right? Basically, there was an image that Ezekiel had. Sorry, a vision. Thank you. That Ezekiel had of a huge wheel coming from the sky, this and a third, and that wheel basically is
wheel.
UFOs. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. WH.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, half a mile by half a mile in what do you call it? Dimension. Yeah, and basically, Elijah Muhammad had been talking about this since the 1930s, prior to Area 51, prior to all of these type of things. You know what I'm saying? So now that this is coming out more and more, this is just further proof. And there was I think it was in the 80s, late 80s or early 90s. Yes, I believe it was. Yeah, them times there anyway. The Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan, right, gave a speech talking about how he had contact, right, with this particular UFO, right, and was given a word to give to the people via Elijah Muhammad. This is after Elijah Muhammad had already departed. So, yeah, over 10 years, I believe. And then basically, this was prior to the American government making a particular decision about something. Anyway, long story short, it was to basically serve as proof. And Farrakhan said, if you guys don't do this particular thing, right, you will start to see more evidence of these UFOs. Don't think in the next day, the next 2 weeks, right, there was the sightings of UFOs just went up exponentially. This is all fact, by the way. You can check a lecture by brother Iliad Rashad.
So what did you say was fact?
That these sightings increased.
Okay, cool.
Right. So basically, I'm kind of going all over the place. But basically, long story short, the Nation of Islam has been speaking about UFOs or UAPs since the 1930s. And so with the emergence of this, right, this is further proof about, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Some Christians believe that the chariots of fire
Exactly.
in the Bible were the lack of description of these particular UFOs by them.
Yeah, 100%.
All this stuff just makes me realize I like to live in ignorance. It just sounds so like the life I live. I would just go that way.
No, but you should check out, if you're interested in it, check out this lecture by Brother Iliad Rashad.
And let's come in for an interview.
You know, if he comes to the UK, I'll most definitely ask him to come.
Episode with your brothers are going to be so hilarious.
But yeah, man, it'll be sick. But
You do realize that we are going to be forced on this same platform to talk about what is now exposed to the rest of the world very soon, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So why'd you say that?
I'm just because when you said you like to live in ignorance, or up
Yeah,
until
but then-
the time when you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. So when all this stuff is happening, and I get a doc saying we've got to talk about it on TDA,
Yeah.
that is up. That is the time where I no longer need to.
And is that when it is you're gonna now do your own Googles?
Yeah, but you see, right now I just don't have the capacity for all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like on my plate of things,
Yeah.
UFOs and stuff just don't work into that.
But this is how it is.
Do you know what I mean?
This is how it is. I distance myself from all of the social like wars that are happening, like the LGBT. I don't care about none of that because aliens. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
for me, this is my release.
I get you.
Yeah.
My release is currently silence. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I mean, if there's like a documentary and stuff I can watch, if you let me, I can fit that into with stuff. But right now, this just sound like
Yeah.
research papers that other people have done.
Yeah.
well, this lecture I'm talking about is very nice and concise.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but how long though? Because you say like an hour is nice and concise for this man.
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours? That's nice and concise.
I think there's another one that might be about an hour and 45.
Yeah, see, I haven't got...
You can skip all the intro, like the pleasantries.
See, that's the thing though.
Skip that
I
part.
don't know. I'm not part of your nation. So this, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll get my notepad out. This time I do need to write that out.
Yeah, get rid of that part. But basically,
Our resident sweet lady Maggie said she dated a flat earther a while ago and she's used to the conspiracy talk. Sorry.
So she's calling yourself conspiracy?
Yeah.
It's all truth, man.
Yeah.
is it, man?
It's
And
interesting,
that
man.
flat earth stuff is a different level, to be honest. That's stupidity.
But that's the thing though. Because people say that, but if
but-
someone's listening to you say, I'm thinking, oh, that's stupid.
No,
No, but there's actual evidence.
Exactly.
There's satellites. There's images.
Yeah, but you already know how I feel about them images.
I mean?
But just the other day, Elon put up the rocket for the 240 something's time, and it just orbited the Earth and it came back and landed. And they showed the video, but then again, okay, that could be CGI.
Yeah, no one.
I didn't even know that happened. So
I didn't know either. But yeah,
I literally, But
we shouldn't be thinking the world's flat like in today's day and age. We really shouldn't. We shouldn't.
like,
You know,
this is fear.
this is it. But
Do you
anyway,
think the world's flat? How deep do you think the Earth is?
Ooh.
Like, is it? Because
The
obviously,
flat earthers think it's like a
they think it's a
like
cube,
a bowl.
right? But they think it's a bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we're just flat at the surface.
Like that?
they think it's flat and it goes round.
So let's see what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then,
So it's hair, and then it's like that. But
Oh, okay.
obviously like a land mass.
I was about to say, do they believe
Yeah.
that you can get underneath or something? How do they get underneath?
You can't go down there.
Yeah, but do they know that though?
They believe you can't. I don't think.
So they just believe it's flat and
Yeah.
we're all just at the surface. What do they think is down is under the bowl or in the bowl?
The space. But you know, the inner Earth theory, that's interesting.
Which is what? There's life.
Elaborate,
There's
man.
life inside Earth.
Not just life, but prehistoric life.
What, living, or you mean just?
Just living
Remains.
a whole
Where are they?
in Earth.
Oh, so that kind of the same with like deep ocean.
100%.
Because I believe that.
But not 100%. But you do realize that there are whole bases that have been carved out by the American government. They have entire complexes, like a little
underground,
city
in
in the mountains.
Yeah.
So they like shows on these things.
Yes, they are.
It's Marvel stuff.
And I'm always watching it.
Then send me them because that I will watch. That's interesting to me.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this channel, and it's so cool because it gives you the conspiracy theory
Yeah.
in a nice animated, engaging.
Oh, is it the ones you watch?
The Y files, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then he debunks it and then gives you all the facts.
Okay.
But then there's somewhere he's like, I can't debunk this.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah. Because just the other day he did the moon landing thingamajiggy. Now everybody's
Did he believe
thinks that we didn't land on the moon.
Did he believe that?
No, he believes that we landed on the moon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying he gave all the conspiracy and he made a great argument for it. Like you were thinking, shizzle, this was Hollywood. But then afterwards, he's like, oh, okay. And then the main thing that he ended with was the reason as to why is that they haven't documented this in the manner in which it is that they used to in the past was because when they went up there, they found out that we weren't alone. And now they're doing things up there without our knowledge.
Do you know what's interesting about all these things though? Is that I don't take them as false. Because I feel like people that know stuff or that research and stuff always sound like weirdos because the masses haven't done their research. You get what I mean? But then at some point it does come to pass. I don't know when the ark, when it was telling people.
Like a man turning into a cat.
Excuse me.
In a toilet.
What's
After he's running from an up.
Snake bro.
Sneak, bro, that's it. I was gonna say
Yeah, but I believe it. Maybe not.
Do you believe it?
Yeah.
Of course.
If he's got power to do it.
I was gonna say that. What is his?
Bro, you guys really believe that?
That people can turn into animals?
No,
Was
that
he the
Snake
one
bro
that
turned
they-
into animal.
I don't know if
Went to
Sneakball did
Nigeria?
it, but I do believe that
Sneakball.
100% people can turn into animals.
No, Skepta.
He's Nigerian though.
100%.
But was it him that became like a chief or something in Nigeria?
No, Skepta.
No,
That's
Skepta,
Skepta.
yeah.
Wasn't it?
That's why it makes it
Finance.
easier for me to basically lean into the UFO stuff.
Yeah, but
Because I'm from a country where I believe in supernatural things.
Yeah, but I don't UFOs. I don't look at that as supernatural. I look at that as that's just otherworldly. But magic, morphing into another being, that's more in the magical realm to me, as opposed to the real. Like I look at alien stuff as in the real world.
Do you think that's kind of like, can't that be scientific though?
What's that?
Changing into another thing and maybe disappearing.
Yeah, it's just
here.
forms of matter, energy. Yeah.
Because you know they actually
That is straight up evil spirits.
no, because they're actually trying to like scientifically, like theory wise, it's possible. We can break down. I think they're actually trying it. They haven't tried it with a human being.
I was about to say, what are they trying with?
Basically, let's just say it was this plant pot, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's on camera, but anyway, the plant pot, right? Because like Brent, it's just molecules. So really, you're breaking it down and putting the molecules back together in the same
but
way.
that's like a
But
pottery
if that was
class.
true, I'm not saying it's not true. The process in which that would happen to humans would be slow. It wouldn't be
Instantaneous.
some
Yeah,
instantaneous
it can't be,
transformation. It will be
yeah.
a slow process.
yes,
Very slow process.
yes, but what I'm trying,
Extremely.
but what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
like, eventually, if they master that process,
Yes.
it will
Yeah.
be so quick.
Yes.
But these people who are in tune with God and the earth and the nature and all them powers that we can't see, right? They know these secrets time before.
Yeah, they're
Not
lost.
Snake, bro.
It's passed
He ain't got the
down.
knowledge.
It's passed down via tongue.
So wait, who saw Sneak Bro as a cat?
I don't know. I don't
So
know
wait,
anybody
is it-
personally.
I have a sneak boat, or there's gonna be some parents.
Do you believe in any of the rumors in Nigeria that people turn into goats and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because for me, that's all powers.
Yeah.
So I can't believe he turned into a cat. Anyone can turn, because it's all evil powers.
Good morning.
But
You know, in science though.
why is none of this ever caught on camera?
Good morning.
Go on, caller.
Then it's like a robbery.
Pleasant reminder for Esther to talk to her last session because I'm that she's late for an appointment. So just saying.
Oh.
Oh, your lash appointment.
Thank you very
Oh,
much. This is very shady. They're telling us move on.
Basically.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
basically
much.
they said they've had no. Oh,
No,
I've got
no,
time.
guys, no. I actually called for a reason. It's good vibes caller.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, yeah, this is like
This is good.
not that much of a conspiracy theory. I mean, there actually is, but it's not as you guys like. All you guys are more scary. Basically, in America, there's a light bulb that has been on for 100 years, and basically, is guys, do you know that light bulbs were already made? They actually could create element that could keep on burning and burning and burning, but they all
the word cartel is actually used to describe them in the book, not even in a funny way I'm saying it. Genuinely, the light bulb cartels all came together and said, okay, no, we can't do this. Let's all agree we're not going to create a filament that's than this amount strong so that people all want to like replace their light bulb. So very much so like right now in America, like the light bulb is on and it's been on for like 100 years and like people go and like see it and stuff like that. But like I should say that because you guys are conspiracy. And it's not that much. I mean, it's not as scary what you guys are talking about. But I just throw that out there. So yeah, people were telling about her lashes. So that was.
Thank you, Vibesy. Later.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Bye.
Hold on, isn't Good Vibes called a girl?
So basically, what I've just realized. Remember the last time that guy called in and we thought that he had something wrong with his voice?
Yeah.
He's using some robot something.
Yeah.
Apparently, after a while, this messed up your voice. It put a pitch up or pitch down. Sorry.
Oh.
What's
That's
some
not
black
how
rock
she
called?
sounds. That's not how she sounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What I also found out, you know, what Mark said yesterday, he was getting vexed about this whole, there's a man playing in women's football.
Yeah.
That's not even true.
Oh, he was very convincing.
He was very
yeah,
convenient.
that's what happened.
But did he know that? Does he know that it's not true?
I wanted him to come in today so I can tell him. So basically, she was a biological woman,
Yeah.
right? And now she identifies as non-binary. So she's
Oh,
even,
so still,
Oh.
so
okay.
even if it is that you wanted to be obtuse, she's still playing with women because she's still a woman.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she doesn't identify as a woman no more.
She identifies as
She's just
transgender,
non-binary.
non-binary.
What's that though?
But this is what Piers Morgan was saying. What is that? But
They don't have a gender, so they don't subscribe to male or female.
and he's saying, but if
It's
that's the
hip
case, then
vibes.
why?
Why are you playing?
They're just hip
No,
vibes.
don't do a
No, not
podcast.
me, not me.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, because she's biologically, she's still a woman.
Yeah, so biology
She was born a woman.
Yeah, but
She doesn't identify
So-
as a man
so-
yet, so she's still gonna be
Yeah,
doing
so
this team.
her playing football, she's still playing football with her peers.
Yeah.
Like
she doesn't identify as one of them.
So?
No, but what he's saying.
No, I hear what you're saying, but,
You get
Yeah,
what
but
I
there's
mean?
no
but
non-binary
physically,
team.
she's still
Yeah.
She's
on
still
the
a
same
woman.
level as everyone else she's
Yeah, but
with.
Emmanuel's asking you to now say move past that because I understand that. But because last week we were saying if it is you identify as something, now we can have a conversation about that. I understand what he's saying, but Piers Morgan doesn't care about that. He's trying just to focus on you guys are stupid. Make your mind up where it is you guys are arguing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But Marx, it wasn't. It was
I don't think he
inaccurate.
knows that it wasn't.
Inaccurate, and she plays for Canada. Well, they play for Canada.
They do.
Boom, boom, boom. And it's so funny because the video I watched, right? The person who was raging against Piers Morgan, like, they mispronounced them a couple of times. And then one time, like, she banged, oh, crap.
They pronounce themselves.
No, the woman who was basically,
man.
not virgin, I don't know what it's called. But how she was basically trying to show Piers Morgan up to be an ignoramus,
Oh,
she got it wrong.
you know, I did that one time. JT, because you know Lil Uzi's they them. So one
Uzi.
time she was trying to talk
Sorry,
about
is they?
they is.
Huh? That's not
Listen,
English.
I
So
said,
basically, the
is he?
JT.
English has to adjust, Emmanuel.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's true.
What did you say, Yusuf?
Is they? No, because you said Lil Uzi identifies as,
They.
and I said, oh, is he? But then I said, oh no, they is.
No, they are.
Is they?
They are.
My
Are
brain,
they?
my brain is
Or
focused
Or
right now.
are them?
Are them?
Mm.
Or are they?
That's what basically.
No,
That's what,
no,
this is
are
what
they?
happened to JT.
Are they? It's are they?
Yeah, are they?
Are they? Yeah.
This is what happened to JT. She started off with they, them, then she messaged him, and people were like, oh, fuck off.
Oh,
She's
man.
like, y'all can leave me alone.
All right. Pushing
yeah,
on.
Yeah, let's get into some stuff.
Headline.
All right, so in this other part of the world, right, where let me stop there. All right, so the US has imposed sanctions.
What is that? Oh, your neighbor.
All right, so our first headline. The US has imposed sanctions on 3 top officials of Mali's junta, right, for their alleged involvement with the Wagner group of Russian mercenaries. Wagner fighters have been accused of committing atrocities alongside the Malian army fighting jihadists. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that civilian casualties had more than tripled since Wagner forces were deployed to Mali in late 2021. Mali's government had never officially acknowledged Wagner's presence, but the shadowy mercenary group is believed to have about 1,000 soldiers in Mali, which is one of several African states in which it operates. Their deployment had followed a breakdown in diplomatic relations between Mali's military regime and France. prompting the former colonial power to withdraw its counter-terror troops. The three officials sanctioned are Defense Minister Sadio Kamara, the head of the Air Force, Alu Boy Diarra, and the Air Force Deputy Head, Lieutenant Colonel Adama Bagayoko. In a US statement, they were accused of being instrumental in facilitating the Wagner Group's entrenchment in Mali over the past 2 years. Colonel Kamara and Colonel Diarra are accused of planning and organizing Wagner's deployment to Mali, whilst Colonel Bagayoko is also alleged to have been working to secure Wagner's deployment to neighboring Burkina Faso and reportedly trying to help it get access to gold mines in Mali. Next headline takes us to China. Kind of a bit of a headline, but not fully there. But it's one of them situations where there's speculation on King Gang, right? And this kind of remained rampant on Wednesday, and early today, obviously their time in China, right? And this is because no reason was given by this guy's removal, right? Basically, he's a foreign minister. No reason was given for his removal, which was announced after an emergency meeting yesterday, right? His predecessor, Wang Yi, has been reappointed to the post. Official silence over his mystery disappearance to date has sparked speculation both in China and abroad. Social media earlier today was full of searches and speculation about his abrupt dismissal. Tuesday's brief announcement on state media, which said that only China's top legislature voted to appoint Wang Yi as the foreign minister. And because of that, that added, fuel to the fire. It's unusual for rumors about such senior official to be discussed on the Chinese internet without complete censorship, is what observers are saying. And the absence of censorship makes people wonder if there's any truth to rumors about power struggles, corruption, the abuse of power and positions, and romantic relationships. This is what Ian Chong was saying from the National University of Singapore when he was speaking to the BBC. Last headline takes us to Israel, man. There's always something going on over there. And Israel's military has said that 3 Palestinians have been shot dead after opening fire on Israeli soldiers near Nablus in the occupied West Bank area. The troops were guarding the Samaritans, which is a tiny community which traces its origins back to biblical Israelite tribes. Security camera footage shows a figure shooting at 2 soldiers who returned fire before a 2-minute gun battle. It comes amid spiraling Israeli-Palestinian tensions in the West Bank. We spoke a bit about that yesterday. Since the start of the year, more than 160 Palestinians, militants and civilians, have unfortunately been killed by Israeli forces or settlers in the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and even in the Gaza Strip as well. On the Israeli side, at least 30 people, including 2 foreigners and a Palestinian worker, have been killed in attacks and apparent attacks by Palestinians. All were civilians except one off-duty 7 soldier and a member of the Israeli security forces. And that's it for the headlines. It's time to pay the bills.
Right, let's get into Word on Road. All right, so I think it was last week or the week before that, I told you about Pete Davidson and how he crashed into the side of a Beverly Hills house. Well, he's been sentenced, and essentially he's got to complete 50 hours of community service. So he lives in New York. So interesting enough. He can do it at the New York City Fire Department, where his father actually worked before he died in the 9/11 terrorist attacks. So so he's going to be doing his community service where his father had worked so Pete was 7 when his dad died. So that's why he's going to be completing his community service. And the fire department have said that they welcome him with open arms. Not my Yoruba fighting me. So they said, as the son of a 9/11 hero, we would be happy to provide Mr. Davidson an opportunity to do his required community service. So I think that's a good thing. That's a good, sentencing. To be fair. So there's that. And then Ari Lennox has basically been sober for 7 months. It's been really cool. She talked about it she talked about it here and there online and stuff. And she mentioned it as well at her show when I saw her last month. No, that was in May. 2 months ago. Yeah, when I saw her 2 months ago. So celebrating 7 months of sobriety. And she put an Instagram caption and she says, 7 months sober. That's a lot of sober flights, a lot of sober conversations, a lot of facing things raw and head on. Honestly, I don't know what will happen when I reach a year sober. Don't know if sobriety is forever or not, but I can't imagine going back to how things were. passing out in the airport, or having my emotions more heightened than needed. Shit was bad. I feel more in control of my emotions, more stable, more happy, more alert, more safe, more accepting of things I can't control, and more responsible with things I can. I have less anxiety socially, and when I'm ready to go, I go. I recognize my threshold with things and implement boundaries. I don't find interest in partying anymore. Maybe I'm changing, and that's deeper than alcohol. I like doing chill, sweet things now. She said, accepting help and realizing I'm not the best traveler on my own has been a game changer. So now I have help, and that helps. Having help is okay. I like waking up with no hangover or embarrassment. I like waking up with no night terrors or panic attacks from alcohol. Yeah, man, she said it's nice to remember events as they are happening. It's nice to be present. Sobriety is a very present experience. Also, she said, I ain't have no ass in a year. She's so funny. Just casually communicating this to the universe. But yeah, sure. There's a fantasy of wanting to escape all the intense stress of the world with alcohol, because boy, does it work temporarily. But there's the moment the liquor stops numbing and you're chasing that feeling to no avail, and you wake to see the problems of life still there. So anyway, anybody out there also sober, what have you learned on your journey? Love you all so much. I'm very proud of her, man. I'm very, very proud of her. Because we've been talking about her bringing back her Instagram lives. During lockdown, she was hilarious. Her Instagram lives are the funniest. I remember one time she was on live and someone was talking about like Tory Lanez or something. But he must have done something. I think he must have shaded one of the other Dreamville guys. I think was it Jude or something like that. And she was like, now what is that little leprechaun? She was roasting him so casually, yeah. But she's so funny. And then when she was trying to like, because she's always been a natural girl. And when she's trying to figure out wigs and stuff and like put wigs on. And it was just, honestly, she's such a good time. She was such a good time in lives. And I remember someone bringing that up to her the other day, like, I'll bring them back. And she said, actually, she was like, I was in a very dark place then. And I guess she was drinking then as well. So she was like, nah. She was like, maybe, at some point. But she was like, right now, the memories of, I feel like it's too attached to her drinking and stuff like that. But big up her, man. She looks good, lost weight, all healthy, working out, eating clean. And yeah, man, big up Ari Lennox. I've got all the time in the world for Ari. Megan Fox is being cooked online, yeah. Because basically she posted on her story her friend's dad's GoFundMe. So her friend's dad's got pancreatic cancer. And she posted on her Instagram story and said, my friend's dad was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. If you guys are able to help, please do. She put up the GoFundMe link. And the goal of the GoFundMe is $30,000. And people are basically cooking her. Because we're like, you're asking your fans to help when you got money. But this is the thing, because people don't know what celebrities' lives are. When you Google their net worth, it's not what's in their bank account sometimes. It isn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then when they come back and do these reunion tours 50 years later, everyone's acting on the why? Because they're broke. They need the money. Sure. So she was getting cooked and stuff. And I just think, even though that she might be, we don't know what she's done for them privately. She might give them money and be like, okay, do you know what? Maybe they need 100,000.
This is it. Exactly.
And she's like, I've got this. Do you know what I mean? You just never know. And I know like there are some celebrities who actually do that, who move like that. Wasn't Kanye paying for the George Floyd's child's education? He said he's going to.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So people don't always announce things. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think the cooking is warranted, man, because you don't know people's situations, circumstances. And I think also like when you've got friends, when you're in a group of friends and say you're very successful and you're the richest one, can't you be throwing your money at your friends anyhow like that? Do you know what I mean? There's that to think about as well. Like you can't be the person that everyone's coming to. The way they tell you, that's why Gabrielle Union has to send money, what's it called? Split bills. Because she takes care of a lot of people. So you can't just throw money at your friends' problems all the time. The help your friends might need from you is emotional help. They might need you to be there for them emotionally and however else they want to. They might not be monetarily, but anyway, she's getting cooked, man. I don't agree with that cooking. I like a good cooking, but I don't agree with that one. I don't think it was fair. But yeah, good luck to her. So remember Michael K. Williams passed away, and he passed away of an overdose. This was in 2021. So there's basically 4 guys on trial for his death, I believe. But one of them has anyways been sentenced, and he's been sentenced to 30 months because he and his crew, what they do, they sell heroin laced with fentanyl. Yeah. So and basically, essentially, they're saying that's what
Okay.
killed him. And there's also saying, so basically the judge is also saying, it's a very interesting case actually, reading the full article about it, because the case is saying, the judge is saying that obviously he's irresponsible, blah, 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 but the man's gone on to sell after, like even after Michael K. Williams died and stuff. I'm a bit mixed when it comes to like drugs and stuff. I don't like the culture of like blaming addicts for the addiction, because it's a sickness. If it was easy, we'd have no addiction to anything in the world. But also as well, the people that do sell the drugs, sometimes people are a product of their environment. So they feel like there's no other way for them to make money than to do that. Do you get what I mean? I feel like they intentionally have to disconnect from the fact that they are ruining people's lives. Otherwise, some of them probably wouldn't do it. So basically, right, the whole case was interesting because his nephew as well came. So the guy, this is why I also feel bad for the guy. So he's an illegal immigrant. No, he's an immigrant, but he's illiterate. So essentially, like, he's really just doing this because he wants to survive. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have a proper job, can't get a proper job, he can't do nothing. So there's that. So his nephew wrote a letter to the court, or addressed the court anyway, in asking the judge to be a bit lenient with his sentencing. And he said, sorry, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it says it weighs heavily on me, this is what the nephew said, to see someone being in the situation that he's in. So I can hear something ringing. He also said his uncle was an amazing man and believed in an opportunity for people to get themselves right. He says, yes, selling poison to people is not right, but he still has a chance to figure out himself. The man is 71, by the way. The guy's 71 years old. The man who's been sentenced, right? And then also, this is also where it gets interesting. So there is somebody, her name is Dana Racklin, and she founded We Build the Block, which is a Brooklyn-based public safety organization with Michael Williams, right? Basically, I think they founded it together or something like that. So she actually wrote to the judge, telling the judge, she says that Michael K. Williams spent his life dedicated to ending harsh sentencing policies for drug-related crimes because they disproportionately harm communities of color and make the supply chains more dangerous. So she actually said that Michael wouldn't want this cycle being perpetuated in his name, kind of thing. But the judge agreed with that and said that she's not going to blame victims. Like, she's not going to blame victims for that and blah, 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 whatever. But anyways, she sentenced the man to 30 years in prison. Sorry, 30 months. Makes a big difference. 30 months in prison. But it's a shame, man. Life was cut short. And also this man will, at the age of 71, go into prison, illiterate and stuff. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be very difficult. Jay Huss, do you know what it is? Because Jay Huss says things so casually, and so like, ugh. I never know if it's for real or not. But basically, yesterday in his stories, he posted that he's he's about to have triplets. He said, one of my wives just told me she's about to have triplets. 3 boys. Oh. Praise the worthy. Sperm is strong, boy.
Where the horns went?
Sorry?
Where the horns?
Who had 3 boys?
He's going to expecting 3 boys.
Jay Huss is expecting triplets. 3 boys. Okay. All in one womb. From one womb. Triplets.
Okay.
So big up Jay Huss. I guess more success really, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And then also, because we know you lot hate spoilers. You tear our singlets about it. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about a show called Dreaming Whilst Black. Gonna be hella spoilers. I'm gonna tell you now. So you can watch it on BBC iPlayer, right?
It's very good.
It's a very good show. I watched it all yesterday. So it's 6 episodes and it's about 20 to 25, you don't want to say like 22 minutes because there's no ads involved. Kind of that vibe. It's an easy watch. And we've got something special for you tomorrow concerning the show. I don't want to tell you all that yet because why would I do that? But watch the show. It's called Dreaming Whilst Black and it's available on iPlayer. We're going to be talking about the full thing because I feel like everyone's going to watch the full thing. Right?
Make sure everybody is tuned in tomorrow.
I'm trying to watch it all tonight.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss tomorrow's show.
You don't want to
miss any bloody shows, to be fair.
First of all,
but tomorrow,
like the video. Please.
You know what I'm saying?
While we're here, can you please like the video? Because you don't like the video.
Haters never prosper, man. Like the damn video. God damn it.
But yeah, so we're going to be talking about Dreaming Whilst Black tomorrow. So if you can, please watch it. If you're working from home, put it on in the background. That's what I did. But Do you mean it's just we're gonna spoil it tomorrow? No, I just don't want to see any complaints. If I see any complaints, I'm not being funny. If I see any complaints, I'm gonna shade you. I don't like when people don't hear word. If I see any complaints tomorrow about this being a spoiler, I'm gonna throw shade. I have to because we're giving you ample warning. So yes, but yeah, be here tomorrow. Be here. Be square. This is not the end of the show. Still stay tuned. Like the video while you're here. Thank you very much, and let's get to People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. I've got much to talk about today. One thing I did want to mention, something that was brought to my attention by the wonderful Danielle, who said, basically there's this new scheme kind of going on in Oxford Street, right, where you can get a shop in Oxford Street with 6 months rent free.
Oh, nice.
Right, so you people out there who are looking for a six spot to launch something, right?
You know how that came about?
What?
Because they cleared up all them American sweet presenting shops.
Sweet presenting.
Yeah, exactly.
They said they were selling some sweets, American candy up in there. They were not. They've all been cleared out.
Exactly.
So yes, to black businesses prospering.
All right, so this thing's called Meanwhile on Oxford Street, right? So you can just Google Meanwhile on Oxford Street. And basically, they're inviting all innovative, cutting-edge and up-and-coming businesses looking to launch their first store. They want them all to apply, right? So up to 35 brands will be given a prime store location for an initial 6-month period, right? It's 100% rent-free, right? For 6 months.
That's sick.
100% rent-free, right? There will be a variety of store sizes on offer, single tenancy and curated stores shared, right, between like-minded concepts and stuff like this. So it's going to be a sick way that they're looking to do this, right? The initial deadline for these applications is 12 p.m. on Wednesday, the 30th of August. You got plenty of time, but still,
But do it now.
Get in, exactly, ASAPly, right? And what are they offering? Basically, the successful applicants will benefit from the approximate 6 months rent-free tenancy on London's iconic Oxford Street, as I just mentioned, a 70% reduction on business rates, so liability throughout the tenancy as well. And yeah, basically also an incredible package of support, including store design, mentoring, and management from an independent retail consultant, Someday Studios, right? So again, Meanwhile on Oxford Street.
You know what, India? Based off the 70% off the business rates,
you know what I'm saying?
go for it. Because business rates
Facts.
is the killer. It's higher than your rent. It's rude. Business rates is
for real.
so rude.
100%.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, man. So please, again, obviously this for everybody, but them black businesses out there, please don't complain you ain't got a place. Rent is expensive. This is an opportunity, man. Let's go out there and make our presence felt on Oxford Street. Next thing I want to talk about is, not much to talk about, like I said. We did speak briefly about the Natwest boss named Alison Rose, who stepped down because of the whole controversy with Farage, like Nigel Farage.
He stepped down.
She stepped down.
Why are people so quick to step down in this country?
There's a lot of controversy around it. You
I'll
know
be
what I mean?
honest,
Discrimination, potentially, and all them type of things. And apparently, and this is part of the thingy, not to cut you, because he was speaking live, like whilst we're talking. This
Nigel?
guy, yeah. Can you imagine trying to steal our audience? I don't understand the rudeness.
That's very. He's always been rude there.
This is it. Nigel, if you're listening, come on the show. We need to talk about some things, right? Cool. But anyway,
Rest things.
but basically, whilst he was talking, right, he said 10 banks actually turned him down. 10 banks.
So Nigel, the problem is you then. The problem is not this one bank.
Yeah,
The problem is you, Nigel.
But it's based on his views and stuff. Should it be that we live in a world where, if you ain't banking, what are you?
Would you guys let a racist, a known racist? I'm not saying Nigel, I'm just saying, let me land the point. You and Brent. Would you guys let a known racist be involved with TMB?
What,
Brent, don't answer.
Racist to black
Depends
people?
on how much. Yeah, you serious because you're talking to Emmanuel right now.
Because I thought now Brent is different.
I said,
But like, show me the money.
what capacity?
Racist to black people, Iban.
Nah, man. Like he will sabotage everything, innit? Because he hates us.
No,
He's
they
an
just want to have
animal.
shit. They don't know. They don't want to. They just want to. They want to silence. They just want to contribute and just reap the benefits of whatever happens here.
But if he's racist, though, I guess, yeah, he's there for economic reasons. But I guess, I feel like any good opportunity for him to sabotage, to let an agent in,
It would, wouldn't it?
I'm telling you.
Because I feel like I guess the conversation really then is with businesses like banks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Certain businesses then, you can't have boundaries.
Because
I guess actually a hospital can't turn someone away because of their views.
No.
Kind of similar with a bank then, I guess.
This is it.
I guess,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And this was after the whole Coots closure. After they did it, 10 other banks after that
They said, oh, thank you.
said, no, we're not interested.
I wonder what bank. Did he say the
He
banks?
said, nah, he refused to think.
No, they're not real
These
then.
are his words. I don't want to take on the whole industry.
Nah, they're not real. They didn't
You don't
have
think so?
Nah, he's not. Because he was quick to mention the first one. If you mention the first one, you can quickly mention the other sheep.
Yeah, but...
And that's in his brand to name and shame people. So he could have done that.
You've got a lash appointment.
I do,
Yeah, damn it.
It's
What time
crazy,
is it
right?
about?
10:30.
Okay. Okay, let's wrap up.
No, I need to be out there. That's why I want to.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just gonna be myself and you at the end, man.
All right. But yeah, but pretty much, that's all there is to what he was saying anyway. In his live talk, he didn't want to take on the whole industry, and yeah, like what do you do? He basically said you can't exist in the world without a bank account. You effectively become a non-person. You know what I'm saying? He then turned to the culture and said that it's like he's taken. He said. He turned to the whole culture that has taken over, at least from his perspective, over the banking industry, adding that it appeared that they had become social arbiters, right? And we have to put a stop to this. You know what I'm saying? So again, he's going through some things, man. 4 minutes ago, literally, breaking news, junior doctors will walk out in another 4-day strike of action next month. So from the 11th to the 15th of August, because of pay disputes, junior doctors are saying, we ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. We got to support the doctors, man. They put in a lot of hours for us. You know what I'm saying?
Saving people's lives.
This is it. 100%. You can't put no money on that. And yeah, the last thing really, not much to talk about really, but the country's biggest mortgage lender, Lloyds Bank, Lloyds
Bank.
Thank you, Lloyds Bank. You know they kind of include Halifax, Bank of Scotland, Scottish Widow, and all that type of stuff, right? They're huge. Anyway, they revealed that they got a fresh £700 million provision for bad loans in this tough economy. But at the same time, they've raised dividends to shareholders because of their rising profits. That's just some new information that they put out there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal today,
Lovely, nice. Let's cleanse our palates and get into Wellness Wednesday.
Your body hears everything your mind says. Naomi Judd. Did you know the most powerful part of our body is the mind? Fun fact for you, the neurons within your brain transmit signals at 150 miles per hour throughout your entire body. In case you're wondering how quick that is, imagine Good Vibes Caller going back to back with Black Rob. Then times that by 5. Yeah, exactly. Now take into consideration and think about the messages that you transmit to your body. Are these messages positive or are they negative? Do they help or do they hinder? Are you kind to yourself or are you cruel? When you're bored and you tell yourself you find comfort in that glass or maybe another one, is that really the solution? When sleep isn't calling and you run to the spliff on the side, is that really the answer? When your carnal desires start peering through and all you can think of at 8 in the morning is nom nom nom, beloved, get the sage out and read a book. This week, I want to challenge you to be mindful. This could be in the form of the way you envision yourself, the way you speak to others, and just the things you feed yourself on a daily basis. If you want to go ahead and reach a new goal or target, tell yourself you can do it. If you want to quit the bad habits and change your lifestyle so you become a daily runner like our very own Paul Wale, believe that you're more than capable. And if you want to be as peaceful and as wise as our favourite unproblematic angel Maggie, drop her a note and I'm sure she'll point you in the right direction. Remember that everything starts with your mind, so control it before it controls you. Also, like the damn video.
Thank you. That's what we're trying to tell y'all. I like that, man. It's becoming one of my favourite segments. Different. Thank you very much. Let's get into our last headlines for today.
All right, so our last two headlines, well, there's three, but two of them take us back home, man. Nigeria. Nigeria's once powerful central bank chief has been charged with illegally owning a shotgun. Sorry. And hundreds of cartridges, yeah? Marking a spectacular fall for a man who has long been at the center of the nation's politics and finances. The man's name is Godwin Emefiele.
Oh, of course, it's Godwin.
And he appeared at court on Tuesday, right? 6 weeks after he first got arrested by the country's feared secret police, the DSS, right? The Department of State Services. Mr. Emefiele, currently suspended as the governor of the central bank, CBN, he denied the charges and he was granted bail. He was not charged with any economic crimes, right? Then, in dramatic scenes outside of the court, the secret police officers beat up prison officials who were preparing to take the banker into custody until his bail was settled. The DSS managed to whisk away the 61-year-old bank boss, who again finds himself under arrest. So I saw a video today, because they were talking about it live on, what's that? On Channels Television, yeah. And they were talking about it. But basically, he was suspended not long after, the current president, Bola Tinubu, used the address at his May inauguration as a president to criticize a key policy which was spearheaded by Mr. Godwin Emefiele, right? And basically, this was because he wanted to redesign the currency, redesign Naira.
Yeah.
But obviously, he stopped all of that. And apparently, it was to prevent vote buying during February's tightly contested presidential election. You know what I'm saying? So because of all of that now, Tinubu's won. He's now thinking, okay, I've not forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was unsuccessful in getting the whole thing redesigned.
Yeah.
Like the intention in it. So he's come back for him. This is what people are saying anyway. So that's the situation with Nigeria right now. Ghana's parliament has voted to abolish the death penalty. So yeah, man.
That's good.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually,
Depends. So yeah, they're joining a long list of African countries who've also done so in recent years. The country currently has 170 men and 6 women on death row, whose sentences will now be replaced by life imprisonment. The last execution took place in 1993. If you go to Ghana now, yeah, well, you've been to Ghana, innit? Have you gone past? Have you seen the firing squad things on the beach?
No.
on the beach.
Yeah, it's from back in the day.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm like, now, thinking, damn, I just
Sorry.
want.
From back in the day, like if you go to the beach, right? Where is it? I can't remember. Someone in the chat will probably say it. You can see like the numbers, like 1 to 10 or something, where
Damn.
they used to line them up, man, get rid of them. But anyway,
Firing squad is heinous.
sometimes it needs to be done, man. There's certain animals we spoke about on this show, yeah, that's been in the news, doing all types of crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Stupidness, man.
Horrible things to kids. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, execution has been the mandatory sentence for murder in Ghana, right? But last year, 7 people were sentenced to death in Ghana. None of them were actually executed. Treason has also been punishable by death in Ghana as well. But the bill to amend the Criminal Offences Act was put forward by the MP Francis Xavier Sosu and had the backing of Parliament's Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. By the way, there's a London-based campaign organisation called the DPP, which is the Death Penalty Project, and they had worked with Mr. Sosu to get this law changed. And they came out with a statement as well and basically just mentioned that Ghana is now the 29th African country to abolish the death penalty and the 124th country globally. In recent years, like I said, other African states have done the same thing, like Benin, Central African Republic, Chad, Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Zambia. And the very last headline takes us all the way back to America, where a US congressman will go without food and water in a protest over a Texas law overriding protection for people working outdoors in intense heat. So, you know, his heart is in the right place, man. But so Representative Greg Casar, who's a Democrat, he says the thirst strike will go on until a nurse requires him to stop. It comes ahead of the Texas rule change and as temperatures soar across vast swaths of the southern and western U.S. The new Texas law effectively bans local rules, such as a 10-minute break for every 4 hours worked outside. Imagine. So before, this is what the people had. If you're working outside, because of how hot it is in America, you are allowed a 10-minute break every 4 hours. This new law is saying, no more breaks. This
As
guy-
if they were giving them a lot with 10 minutes.
This is it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, apparently more than 400 workers had died in heat waves since 2011. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bureau of Labour Statistics. And Mr. Casar said in the tweet that he plans on not drinking water or taking breaks through rain or shine in solidarity with our nation's workers. Currently, there's no federal protections for workers exposed to heat. As he began his first strike at the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C., he was experiencing, well, the weather there was very hot, humid. It was about 31 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, man, without fluids, for those who don't know, a human can only survive a few days. This is according to the UK National Health Service anyway. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines. It's time to pay the bills.
Let's get into the reaction.
All right. There was more Women's World Cup games yesterday. So here are the results. Colombia beat Korea 2-0. New Zealand lost to the Philippines 1-0. And Switzerland and Norway had a 0-0 draw. There were also a few pre-season games yesterday as well. Man United lost to... who was this team they lost to?
Wrexham?
Is it Wrexham? Yes, Wrexham FC 3-1.
What was it? First 11?
You know, I didn't see. I didn't even know the game was on until this morning. Yeah. And also, Chelsea lost 3-1, same scoreline, to Aldershot FC, Aldershot Town FC. So yeah, Man United and Chelsea fall into lesser opposition.
Was that a youth team?
Is that their youth team?
Yeah, Chelsea's youth team.
Oh, was it their youth team?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, was it their youth team? You know, I didn't see the lineups. I never knew these games were on until this morning. But if you can kindly
I'm checking
find those for me. All right, and in some shocking and sad, alarming news, USC All-American basketball star Bronny James, who is LeBron James's eldest son, he's 18 years old, collapsed on the court and had a cardiac arrest.
Oh,
Damn.
gosh.
Yeah, he was taken to hospital, but now he's in a stable state and he's no longer in the ICU.
Thank God for that.
But yeah,
Yikes.
he was rushed to hospital yesterday, suffering a cardiac arrest. Which was when when someone sent me the story, my heart just dropped. I thought it was. You know what I mean? I thought it was fatal. But luckily, he's in a stable condition now and he's doing well. So pray for his speedy recovery. Keeping it NBA, Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown has agreed to a 5-year, $304 million Supermax contract extension with the Boston Celtics. This is the richest deal in NBA history. So yeah, Jaylen Brown's getting paid, man, over 5 years. Someone broke down his contract though, in terms of like how much he'll get, and the tax is vicious. He might end up getting like 24 a year, I think, after tax. But yeah, biggest deal, biggest contract in history. I thought the numbers would be big. I didn't think that would be the biggest. But you know when the numbers are so conflated in football and stuff. Yeah, Brendan, have you got that for me?
Yes, it was definitely not Man United's first 11. Bishop, Evans, Fernandez, Gore, Hannibal, Shaw, Tyre, Fish, Hugo, Gerardo, Hansen, Arden, and Collier.
So that's the who's who of Man United. And the Chelsea one?
I think it was the same, but just the youth team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense then, because losing to Wrexham and Aldershot sounds a bit sounds a bit weird. So it makes sense that it was their youth team. All right, these Tottenham headlines, I'm going to keep it moving from that. All right, again, how do you pronounce his name, please?
The boxer, Inoue.
Inoue. All right.
Yeah.
Inoue delivered us. This is referring to the boxing match we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah.
This iPad. Sorry, people. All right, Inoue delivered a stunning performance to drop and stop Stephen Fulton. Oh my God, sorry. What's wrong with my iPad? There we go. To win the WBO and WBC titles in his first bout at the super bantamweight on Tuesday. Inoue has looked a dominant force in his rise from light flyweight. He became an undisputed champion at bantamweight in his first contest and is now a unified champion at 122 pounds, the fourth division in which he's held world titles. Stepping up for his first bout at super bantamweight in Fulton, Inoue was challenging the acknowledged top boxer in the division without a tune-up bout. So this is what he just came in straight. He didn't have enough fight.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Fulton was bringing his title to Tokyo to take on the Japanese superstar, the newest and the biggest threat in the weight class. This was also in his home country. Neither man had met defeat before. Okay, Inoue now with a flawless 25-0 record, 22 of those by the way of knockout, and Fulton sporting a impressive 21 to 0 record.
8 by knockout.
What's that? 8? Oh, 8 knockout. Okay,
Yeah.
8. So yeah, as you watched the fight yesterday, did you watch it?
I watched clips of it. I didn't watch everything.
What's your takeaway from the fight?
Inoue is just he's a different type of animal, man.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of a fight with Gary Russell and Lomachenko.
Yeah.
So Gary Russell, I think this was at like 130 pounds a few years back. Gary Russell, sick fighter, fast, twitch speed, everything's on point. And typically on paper, you think he should beat anyone who kind of, you know what I'm saying? But Lomachenko was the type of fighter, especially at that time, to just bring something completely different to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Inoue is similar. You know what I'm saying? Fulton's a sick fighter. He held the WBO and WBC, like you said. Never lost as well. Fast. You know what I'm saying? He's got the power as well.
Yeah.
But Inoue just controlled it from round one. Fulton tried to start in the middle of the ring, tried to bust things around. Inoue quickly took over. From round one to like 8. It was 8 when he got knocked out, innit? 8th round. He just kind of bossed it. There was a few good moments from Fulton though. Like there was one time he gave Inoue a good like bang in his head, right? That he felt. But all that did really was kind of just make him just refocus again. You know what I'm saying? And then Inoue just kind of a few rounds later just took him out. And it was deadly, man. He's a serious boxer, serious guy. You know what I mean? Like hungry for weight divisions.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, definitely. I could understand if someone says he's the best boxer in the world, pound for pound right now. Okay. I could understand that.
At his weight class, or you just mean across the board?
Yeah, across the board, pound for pound.
Okay, nice.
At his weight class, nobody touches it. But across the board, yeah. But again, that reminds me, if you don't mind, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford on Saturday.
Okay.
This might be the biggest fight. I would say top 5 fights of our lifetime.
Oh, swear down.
This is that big.
That's serious.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm just waiting for Thursday, Friday show to go into this in more depth.
Yeah.
But basically, on the 29th, you've got a sick,
serious battle on the card,
sick fight.
Right.
So yeah, man.
Sweet. Before we quickly go, just a few bits of transfer news. It's funny because Mark was asking about him yesterday and asking, how come no one's coming for him? But West Ham are holding positive talks with Southampton's James Ward-Prowse, according to Sky Sports. So there's a move on the cards there, and it seems to be edging closer. So James Ward-Prowse seems to be moving from Southampton to Everton. West Ham. There's no fee in the article, but we'll keep an eye on that. Also, Liverpool, I think they put a bid in, 35 million bid for Lavia, which was rejected. I think Southampton are looking for something around the 50 million mark. So Liverpool's first bid for Lavia was rejected by Southampton. They need a bit more cheese. And also, Kyle Walker might be edging closer to a move from Man City to Bayern Munich. And Pep has described him as irreplaceable. So yeah, that is all the sports news we've got for you today. Let's head into the outro.
All right, people, thanks for tuning in with us for a great show. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that great stuff. You know the vibes. Follow us on our social media platforms at The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We put up clips and stuff, so please circulate those and share them. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be talking about Dreaming Whilst Black. It is available on iPlayer. Please check it out because there will be hella spoilers. We're not going to shy away from them, so check them out. Also, if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. If you've got dilemmas you want to send in, the number for that is 075-6484-1073. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. Brennan's busy doing other things. Who you typing wicked to? Who you typing to? Who you fighting?
I'm just saying a
I'm just
massive
saying
paragraph.
that. I'm just saying that. That's not mine. That's Emmanuel's.
Oh.
I'm just saying that Rebecca's spoken for. So obviously, I know like how many wavy girls are in the chat because I've seen all their pictures on the community app. innit?
Yeah. Hello.
Wavy settings.
Hello.
Crazy.
Oh,
right?
we're aware, yes.
And I know that there's some in the chat because I've even encouraged them to put their picture up.
Yeah.
So it will, spice up the chat bit.
Yeah.
Right? Because Sheila can't just be getting all the love. Right?
Okay. Equal opportunity.
Vibesy can't be getting all the love. Who's Magda's friend?
Sarah.
The one, yeah. She can't be getting all the love, right?
Okay, you want
They're
more women to get
bare
love.
in there. That's wavy. Like, obviously, I can't even speak up about Rebecca because Rebecca's like,
She's taken for.
yeah, she's spoken for.
yeah,
So
spoken for.
I keep away from that completely.
Okay, yeah.
There's respect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You
I'm sorry,
respect that.
I'm too excited about
Yeah.
this.
You see, I'm putting much energy.
Well, basically, what Ace Boogie did this morning,
Yeah.
this ill-fated morning,
What do you do?
was he was observing. He's very observant. I don't know if it is that he was part of the Got Spud crew, but he's observing Shayla, right? A whole set of man are just sending her love hearts to Mr. Annex, right? And she just spudding.
Oh, just point off. Man says stiff arm.
So that's it. Now listen. And
And obviously, Von is doing his Von thing. You get me?
Yeah.
This Annex. So I've obviously said that Shayla. I normally see Shayla showing Nightfall bare love.
Okay.
You understand? So there must be something going on behind the scenes there that because Nightfall, big fan of his. He's East London.
Okay.
I think he's even Pembury.
No, he's not Pembury. He's Hackney. Though.
Sorry, man. So it makes sense that Nightfall is moving stealthily, but it's all very, very funny.
So we're here reading headlines and whatnot, and this is what you're doing. So unequal opportunities. Have you said the same thing to the guys? Are the guys as wavy as women in there?
I don't think so. But that's never going to be the case, though. That's never. But there are some handsome
sad,
fellas
isn't
there.
it? It's the whole
I don't
virginity
think so.
thing
There are
again,
some
isn't
handsome
it?
fellas there, 100%. Obviously, Greek is there, but he doesn't show his picture. Nobody knows what Greek looks like. But
Except-
None of them
except-
really show the picture.
Greek
though.
is a catch.
It's only like 1 or 2 of them that show pictures.
Yeah. I don't know why though.
I think more people should share their pictures. Let's
I think
see
they
who's
should.
who. Let's do this.
I think they should, man. But you want that for different reasons, though.
I don't know if I want you to talk about reasons. I don't know what.
No,
the
as
reasons
in
are.
so that they wouldn't talk too tough.
No. I'm not. I don't.
Okay.
I'm a child of God. God is the
Yeah.
creator of all, and we're all beautiful in God's image.
Amen.
So I
But
wouldn't
is
do that.
everyone using their real picture?
No.
Do you believe everyone's?
I said I could see
Do you
circles
wait,
and-
stop,
and
You're asking the right questions.
Stop. Do you believe everyone in the chat is using their real
I
picture?
thought you meant are they using their best picture.
No, real picture.
Real.
Are some of them using fake pictures?
I don't think that there's anybody in this community that is a catfish.
You don't think there's anyone in that chat who's using a fake
I
picture?
would like to believe that's not the case.
Okay.
I
have
what are we doing
theories.
here?
You have theories.
I have theories. I'm not gonna
Aish.
say,
What are
I'm
the
not-
names?
I'm not going to say who because I don't
Wait,
wanna
what are we
out-
doing then?
I
I
don't
thought
want to
this
out
is
anyone.
how we're signing out the show.
I don't want to out anyone.
First of all,
But
Oh, wait. When you say out, so what, you know?
listen, the street's been talking, bro.
a word on road.
There's a
innit?
couple people in there. They're using fake pictures, stock images.
Serious.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Hazard a guess. How about you?
Excuse me.
Guess what he said, because he's obviously not brave enough to share the
Yeah,
names.
I'm shook.
Gaslight.
So,
That's our situation.
you want to hazard a guess?
I'm a weak
No.
bitch too. I'm weak. I say nothing.
Emmanuel, you want to hazard a guess?
Let me open my notepad.
You don't even think anyone's. You think everyone's real in there?
I would like to believe so. 100%.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
I think the people that have come up with the theory, I think we're the
But
bravest in the room.
it can't. But Mark's has seen Sarah.
It's definitely not Sarah.
No,
Why are you saying definitely
not,
not?
man.
Because Mark's has seen Sarah?
No, because Sarah's good vibes. I was speaking to Sarah.
Oh, so
She's
it's only the
she's
bad
lovely.
vibes that are.
I ain't saying
Who's
that
the
either.
worst vibes in there? Miss, I have a eyelash appointment. Who's the worst vibes?
What the worst vibe guy in there?
Oh, I'll give it the girls.
Okay, go.
You don't even say nothing. I told you I'm weak. Fickle.
But
We should let the
Frail.
chat decide who they think is not the
But
real
We
one
should do a
amongst
wool
them.
show.
the ones that were deemed the bad vibe before, they've kind of chilled.
Nah, they still got it.
I don't see them. I don't check it all the time, but I don't see them
It's
like
okay.
with the bad vibes anymore.
Listen, we wanted
No?
to like the video, bro. Like it shit. Like the video, guys. All for entertainment. Email let them know, please. Keep it the camera.
Entertainment, guys. It's all for entertainment, guys. You know what I'm saying?
We're podding.
You know what I'm saying? I hope
This
you
is
got your
Patreon
popcorn.
content.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Later.
Bye.
Peace.
Sorry.